What is going on, Dumb Nation? Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me Show. Matthew Spear from the Don't Unfriend Me Show. Sorry about the little bit of delay. I'm blaming Amy. She was ready. She was on time. Makeup, focused. Everything was perfect. So it's her fault, of course. Yes. Olivia had a problem with her notes, and it's okay. We got everything worked out.
Yeah, I had to reboot my entire computer over the weekend.
And we had to add every single female shirt back, over 3,300 SKUs. I will let you know it's done. The images are getting refixed, but thedumbshow.com is back to normal. Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me Show. Matthew Spear. Below me is Amy. And in no particular order, Olivia is on top because, folks, that's the way she likes it. The silent riot has begun in silence. Does it make any sense? No. That's got to be from the left. You touch my kid like that, and I touch you. The left are in bed with socialist regimes. Deep fake Elon and Vance. Is it real? Well, if I'm calling it a deep fake, it's not. Security leak to newspaper on war. Do we have operational security? Did Hexith screw up? I'll let you know. Biden making moves to re-enter the fray because, you know, he's only got a few weeks left. And Snow White and the 7 dwarves that aren't dwarves. Amy saw it. We're going to find out if it's woke bullshit. Oh, I thought you did. We'll be back. 3 minutes. 2 minutes. Not 3 minutes.
Maybe this weekend.
Yeah, don't. It's got a 2.2. Share it, Twitter people. Let's go.
Hello everyone, good morning. Brandon from Still Point. Just wanted to give you guys an update on everything going on. Give a big hell yeah to Matt Spear from the Don't Unfriend Me Show. The Barry Morgenstein photo shoot. There's Leroy. Look at him, looking great. Olivia looking stunning as always. Look at there, baby. Rocking the lid. Barry has done photo shoots with kings, presidents, the Pope, rock and roll royalty, Jimi Hendrix. Come on now. It's so awesome that our music is finally catching on after all this time. And you know we're going to always keep on rocking in the free world, baby. Make sure you tune in to the Don't Unfriend Me Show every weeknight at 7 p.m. EST. The new stuff is dropping on all platforms very soon. We got it uploaded now, but we're getting on the Spotify playlist. You know how you have to do that. So be on the lookout for that. Go download it. Go support Still Point. And go support the Don't Unfriend Me Show. Matt, Leroy, Olivia, Amy, we love you guys. Ethan, baby, we love you. And we will see you all soon. We'll get everything ready. And it's going to be badass. We'll see you on the stage soon. Keep on rocking in the free world.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
Happy Monday.
Adjusting transmitter.
I wasn't ready for the weekend to be over.
No.
That was moved way too fast. Folks, it's been nonstop balls to the wall for like a month. And I don't think I've had a day off in at least a month. So, you know, it's good to be back, but it feels like we were just here and we're back again. That's okay. It's not your fault. Yes, it is actually, because if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here. But that's okay. Take the ownership, take the blame, take the hit. If you have not had a chance, go to thedumbshow.com. The good news is all female shirts are back. And actually, it is a hell of a lot more than what we had. We've added, I think, 5 or 6 different colors. And it's a new type of shirt. A lot of people liked the shirt that Amy and Olivia are wearing, but people said, well, they wanted a little bit baggier sleeves, just a little bit more room, and a little bit more bustier on top. So these shirts will do that. They are a heather and a solid. Yes, Amy says yes. They're a heather and a solid. But here's the thing. Can I just say one thing? You all know we had Mike Lynch here, and Mike, you know, came on a couple episodes and tried it out, and that's great. And his dad was here, and we want to say thanks for them for their donations and stuff. But don't you ever leave me a 4-star review again because you didn't read that the hoodies run a little small. They're triple layered. So they're going to run a little snug, and then when you wash them. So that's why we say order a size up, because listen, hoodies are like jackets. It's personal preference. Do you want it to layer, or do you want a single? And if you want a single, you should always order size to order. If you want to layer it, you should always order a size up. Hoodies are the same way. So thanks for your 4-star review. My first 4-star reviews that I've ever received on the site. So we really appreciate it, Mr. Lynch.
Ooh.
Dr. Dick.
We love you guys, though. Yeah,
you left me a 4-star review. You were going to get it either way. You were going to get it. It's just there's just nothing I can say. But he's like, this small is more like for a toddler. I'm like, well, maybe you should grow, because if you're ordering a small, then you're a diminutive man anyway, so you can't take me. So you're a tiny guy. No, if I feel bad. So first of all, I'm totally kidding. Second, if you want a larger size, just let me know. We'll return them for you, and I'll take the eat on it. It doesn't bother me. But don't leave us a 4-star review. Yeah, I'd rather have a 1, than a 4. I just got a downvote. Oh, it's got to be Mike Lynch. It's got to be his dad. But whatever. Don't give us a 4. Moving on. What else is going on? Anyway, so go over to thedumbshow.com. We got all the shirts ready to go. Olivia is typing away. What's going on, honey?
I am trying to figure out Safari.
What's wrong now, Liv?
I can't read Facebook comments.
Why?
Because they're too small. When I make them bigger, they don't show.
Command plus.
I do. They don't show. Because they're like the description of the show makes it so big that you can't see the comments.
Close the description.
How do you do that? I don't know. I will figure it out.
Do you remember the other day when I said, hey, we should be here at 6:30 so we can try all these?
Yes. I also didn't finish dinner until 6:20, unfortunately.
No, you made it sound like you cooked.
I'm with you.
Didn't eat.
You made it sound like you cooked.
I got home late and didn't finish eating.
So I cooked, and you had a problem with dinner. Okay, it makes a lot of sense. I'm not going to take this abuse anymore.
Safari.
I can't stand it. Okay, I'm in. What's wrong now, Liz?
I can't read Facebook. Is that me?
Yeah, that's you talking.
Because they're too.
Because I'm muting you. Okay, so you want to see comments?
Yes.
And edit post. Who can comment on your post? And you clicked into it. I see your dilemma. Aren't you? So what do you want to do? I'm trying.
I have to blow them up because I can't see.
Why can't you see?
Because I'm blind.
Is this the time that I offered to order you a bigger monitor and you said no?
No, it's just when I was using Chrome, I was able to blow up the screen so it was bigger so I could see.
So why don't you just open up Chrome for Facebook?
Okay.
And you're the only person on the planet that I know who uses a Mac who uses Chrome. It baffles me.
I used to use Safari, but when I wasn't on the show and I would watch, every single time I would watch it, it would crash on Safari. And every time I opened Chrome, I could watch with no problems. So that's why I started using Chrome, only for the show.
I'm adjusting your light while you're talking.
So that was why I started using Chrome.
Give me a look. So FYI, future, not that look. Future light shirt, dark hat's a better idea versus a light hat, light shirt, because you're gonna be toned out a little bit, and that's okay.
Got it.
All right, so can we move on with the show, or,
Yes,
do you want
can.
to still? Well, we can continue.
No.
Try Chrome. Just open up Chrome and let me know how it works. I mean, we've got time. I mean, I'm not in any rush. I mean, I'm sure the viewers don't care either. They can just sit here in perpetuity. So.
No, start the show. I'll figure it out.
Is Chrome working?
I don't know. It's not on my computer anymore.
That was on purpose.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so how about we do this?
Yes.
Does anyone, you know what, we're going to take 1 second. We're just going to take a second because honestly, if you're not happy, I'm not happy. And it's important for you to be happy. Okay, so you go into the Don't Unfriend Me show.
Yes.
You click on the live picture and we mute it and you expand the window, right?
Yes.
Okay, you've done that.
Mm-hmm.
And, okay. It's important for you to be happy. Okay, so you've clicked on 44 comments.
Yes.
Muting. Click on the. This is confusing because it sounds double. Yeah, that sucks, doesn't it? That's not pretty.
Mm-mm.
Have you tried opening up the window completely? Full green expand.
Let's find out. Stame.
Stame?
Same.
Stamos?
Same. I meant to say same. It's the same.
This is huge. Come here. Come over here. Look at this. What's wrong with this?
It's not working on mine.
What do you mean it's not working on yours? You have to expand the window completely.
I meant to say same. It's the same.
You have to expand the window completely. See this? Open this up. Come over here. And then we got to mute it. And that's it. What's right here? See? What do you mean it's not working? Honey, you have to expand. Are you watching me? Completely. That's it. Go try it.
I meant to say same.
Come on back and let me know.
Same.
You have to expand the window completely. See this? Open this. God, this is getting confusing because the sound. And then we got. All right, we should be good now. Let me know. What's right here?
Okay.
Take your time. We're fine. People are enjoying this rat's nest of that's it. Go try craziness. Come on back. Oh my God, the sound is killing me. All right. Okay, give that a try. Let me know what happens. All right, we should be good now. Let me know. Right here.
Okay.
See, I don't know if you're saying okay to me as in okay. Was that you saying okay on the recording or was that you okay now?
That was the recording.
Okay, so try it.
I did, and it's still showing the same amount.
Okay. So, folks, I apologize, but we're going to have to fix this because you brought it up. And you know me, I can't let it go because you brought it up. If you wouldn't have brought it up, I wouldn't have said I wouldn't care. But because you brought it up, now I got to fix it because this is called OCD. It's the way it works. I am not a robot, Meta. Bridges. You want me to pick bridges? Sure. Okay, there we go. Verify. I'm not a robot. Olivia?
Yes.
Make a recommendation?
Yes.
Download Chrome.
Okay.
And I really don't think you need Chrome after tonight, but...
I'll figure it out tonight, and then if I have to, I'll download Chrome.
Oh, it's kind of like this weekend when I asked you to figure it out, but it's okay. It's just I'm gonna make some digs. You can give me a 4-star review on our hoodies.
I probably
if you want.
will.
Okay, so where are you at now? Chrome? Are you there?
No, I'm not.
How much longer is that going to take? Amy, you wanted to show up. Just remember that.
What? Oh, all I said was, okay, please give a shout out for me. And then
Yeah,
you're
but
like,
I felt
come
that.
on.
No,
Well-
but I realized that I had Friday night's windows, so I didn't have to add all those. So that's now done. So it all worked out. Okay, I am in Chrome, sweetheart.
Yes.
Why do I have to put in my password again? Facebook. I just did it. Olivia,
Yes.
is Chrome installed?
No, but you know what? This will work
I'm
for
not
right
moving until you get Chrome installed. So you brought this up in the middle of the show. We're not moving until it's
now.
done.
I'm sorry.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't ask at all, actually. You did. So I'm not moving until it's up. Sorry, baby. Can't do it. You've got me. I'm this far. We have to fix it. So let's.
Well, I minimized the windows just a teeny bit, and I can see.
Let's go ahead and fix it.
Let's
download
more.
Chrome, and as soon as Chrome's installed, let me know. Okay.
Okay.
We're just gonna get her fixed. Okay. If it's big enough to bring up in the middle of the show, it's big enough to fix.
The windows are just a teeny bit, and I can see.
Let's go ahead and fix it.
Let's
download
more.
Chrome. All right. So I am installed. Let me know. Okay, sweetheart. I am. This is exactly as Safari looks. Identical. I've got Chrome open. It's the exact same thing.
Okay. Well, maybe I just blew him up too much.
Are you good now?
Yes.
So this whole thing. Okay. So I just want to make sure I understand. This whole thing had nothing to do with Safari. It's you spamming the Command Plus button.
Maybe.
Go. Fair enough. Totally cool. Respected. 100%. People say I talk to you poorly. I can't believe how nicely I am being. And if anyone doesn't go, geez, Matt is so patient and understanding, you can all go to hell in a handbasket.
I can tell you.
Oh, no, I don't want to hear it.
No?
So, no, you've done enough. So do me a favor.
I'm going to say something.
Go ahead, say something.
It is different because these comments are a lot smaller than they used to be.
They won't be. The reason why is I can show you. Can I fix it for you?
Yes.
All right, cool. So let me help you. Go into Safari, close Chrome completely.
I didn't even download it because I can't even find it.
That's totally not shocking. Go to Safari.
Okay.
Let me know when you're there, my pumpkin
I am
sweetheart,
in Safari.
dear, wonderful, beautiful woman. Okay, so once you're there, you're going to go to View.
Okay.
Let me know when you've done that, please.
In View.
When you go to View, I want you to go. Actually, you're going to go to. Wait 1 second, please. You're going to go to View, and you're going to go to Actual Size. It's going to be down a little bit below. Just read.
Okay, I found it.
Go click Actual Size.
Okay.
That should reset your Safari to actual size and not be too small or too little. And now you can slowly hit the plus button and fix it. Okay.
Okay.
Is that better?
Yes.
Are you being serious?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. And welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me Show, everybody. You're going to get some overtime tonight because, well, it's really shocks me that we have this many people on who just, once we start talking, we'll probably lose viewers. Maybe we should just go. Amy, do you have any technical support issues that I can fix for you? Maybe it'll. Okay. What's Matt's hockey team?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, you do. I need it. What's Matt's hockey team? If you've been watching my show, Donald, as long as you have, and you don't know what my hockey team is, we're not going to talk. You need to take a timeout. And if you don't know what my favorite hockey team is, that hurts. That's like
Yeah, it's a personal attack.
It really is. In fact, I don't even know if I can say it. Anyway, so thanks everybody for watching. This has been Matthew's technical support. Please do me a favor. You'll be receiving a survey after this call, and go ahead and 5 stars helps. 1 star really doesn't. So if you're Mike Lynch's father, you may not want to go ahead and give me 4-star rating. 5 would be nice. News today. Lots of good news today. Lots of crazy stuff going on. I guess the only place to start, Panthers. Oh, son of a bitch,
No.
Thomas. Panthers.
See, can I say who it is?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I won't tell him. You can tell him. I'm not gonna. I won't. I will never stoop that low.
The Avalanche.
Yes.
I don't know how you, because we talk about them at least once a week. At least once.
At least once
a
week. Oh man, the silent riot has begun.
Yeah. Wait, before we get into the news, can I give my shout out?
Oh, sure. Why not?
I would have done it while you guys were bickering at each other's screens, but
I don't think we were bickering.
No,
I think I was being unbelievably patient.
Sure.
Thank you.
100%. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
I love you both.
I love you too.
No, I want to give a shout out really quick because you guys might be familiar with it. It's called Harper's Ferry Brewing. I can't say that word. Or brewery.
Brewering. That's
can't
proper.
say it at all. But we have never been there. It's like 15 minutes from our home.
Yeah, we throw a rock at it. It's right there.
It's beautiful. I mean, holy cow, it's so freaking pretty there. Like just absolutely stunning. Like the views are unmatched, honestly. So we met a friend there that we haven't seen in a few months. And of course, I was wearing my dumb gear. And one of the gentlemen, and I didn't get any of their names because I was really focused on our friend that we haven't seen. So I apologize if I seemed spacey, but just hadn't seen our friend. So, but they were just so kind to us. They were asking so many questions about the show and just very interested and very engaged, and
Show.
definitely going to be watching. So I wanted to give them a shout out. Sorry for not getting your names, guys, but they were awesome. Wonderful people there. And I don't drink beer, so I can't give a statement on that, but it's very popular. Everybody, it was so.
How was the pizza? It looks like there's a little bit of flop on that pizza.
Yeah, I didn't eat anything. I didn't have a beer and I didn't eat the pizza. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Okay, so basically you did nothing. How did you enjoy it again by not participating in anything there? I'm confused.
I had a cider. I had a
Ooh.
cherry cider, and
Okay.
that was so good. Like so good. I will say that. But no, I didn't. I didn't do
Nice.
anything else. But no, it was just a great atmosphere. The people were amazing. The people who, like, their team members there were just awesome guys and gals, just super friendly, super nice, super engaging, very interested in the show. So I hope they are tuning in and just
Oh,
wanted
there's
to
a
give shout
brew
out to them.
bus. Now hold on a second. So you can go
That's
get for
cool.
Schnickered and then drive back?
That's cool. I
Oh,
guess.
that's
I have
not
no
very,
idea.
it's not expensive at all. That's good price. I mean, 44 people on a bus at 850. That's what, $20 a person? That's
Yeah,
nothing.
it's cheap.
It's nothing. That sounds fun.
It's
So
beautiful. You can just go for the views. I mean, this is not even doing it justice. Those, like, the views are better than that. Like, it's that, but it's like,
well, this is their webpage. Amy has some feedback that your webpage sucks, guys. I mean, she said it. I heard her. This is beautiful. I mean, I like I said, it looks wood fire. I hope the pizza's wood fire, but it looks like it's got it's an airy crust and it's got some firmness in the back top half of the pizza. Middle looks a little soupy, but I don't know. I'm pretty picky on my pizza. I'm the Dave Portnoy of Don't Unfriend Me, so I'm gonna try it. I love pizza. Pizza is one of my favorite foods. I just don't get to participate because I have to watch my girlish figure. So Harper's Ferry Brewing, and it's a brewery.
exactly. So good. Yeah, it was good. It was awesome. Just cool atmosphere, great people there. Highly recommend going. Apparently they were like, I didn't hear this. Jason started talking to them for a while and he was like, oh yeah, he said Tim Pool comes in all the time. And I'm like, okay, cool. I was like, we're better.
No, it's like, oh, well, we got a little show too. It's not Tim Pool, but well, that's cool. I mean, good for them. But who in Virginia actually stops by? That's the question, right?
That's
Which podcast?
exactly right.
Because there's really, I guarantee you, there's nobody in the Harper's Ferry area besides Tim Pool and the Don't Unfriend Me show. So I'm gonna take ours over theirs. Anyway, well, this is cool. Thanks, Amy, for sharing. And if you go to Harper's Ferry and you don't stop by here and tell us you're here, I'm gonna be frustrated because that's a bunch of bull crap. That's like giving a 4-star out of 5.
Yeah, he's never gonna live that one
Right,
down.
Mr. Lynch? Oh, I said Mr. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to downplay you. Doctor. Frank Riley, $23.73. Looking forward to the show. Donate early, people. Yes, donate early. Absolutely. Liv, are you ready? Everything good?
Yes.
All right, can we get to the show?
Yeah.
All right, 7:30, folks. That 30 minutes, we're going to scrap it. We're going to push it till 9:30. I'm telling you right now, we always do. Because we Mondays get a little crazy. And I'm here for it. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that we're always going to be perfect. But 30 minutes kind of it limbers us up before we get ready for our work sets. So let's rock and roll. If I told you guys the following, hey puppy,
Oops.
if I told you the following, would this make any sense to you? Are you ready?
Yes.
Can't wait.
If I can tell, don't be facetious.
So I'm not being serious.
What if I told you? I don't know if I can do this. Let me just play this and you listen and you tell me if this makes any sense. Listen.
We will not be silenced. The silent riot has begun.
We will not be silenced. The silent riot has begun.
The heck does that mean?
I think it was a shout out to Quiet Riot, and then she just got confused.
Oh,
Come on, feel the noise. Girls, rock your boys.
Although it would be they them's rock your something else. I don't know.
they thems rock the they thems they them
Right.
their jerseys. You know, the first thing I thought it was Quiet Riot. That's why I had that clip loaded. I can't believe you did that. That's going to just get you a second play just because.
Great.
Come on, feel the noise. Girls, rock your boys.
I am a little terrified of this video. Watch this. This is scary.
Oh.
Listen, Liv.
I'm watching.
We will not be silenced. The silent riot has begun.
She looks a little like Amy.
I was
Yeah,
going to
I
say
thought
she looks
so
like
too.
Sharon Stone.
Oh yeah, except less beaver.
Wow. That's just
She's-
was she trying to like have sex with a camera or something right there? I
We
don't know
will
what she
not
was
be
doing.
silenced. So it would be like the loud riot has begun. The ostentatious, the decibel eclipsing riot has begun. The gargantuan, noise-filled event riot has begun. The cascading cymetics has begun. We will not be silenced. The silent riot has begun. Sounds like you've been... I don't understand.
It's like shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
You shut your
Exactly.
mouth when you're talking to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Come on, feel the noise. Girls, rock your boys.
Go ahead, Amy. Sorry.
I was just gonna comment on the tiger tapestry that she had. And I really like that. It's like a nice
Yeah, I love
throwback to like the
the blue-
70s. Nineties. Really enjoyed it.
I agree. The blue light thing going on there. Hey, Joseph Hillstrom, 2110. Mawa, you make me. Oh yeah. You make me happy.
Yes.
Yes, you do. I don't understand what the hell this woman's talking about, but if, you know what's great about me is I have more.
Oh,
There is one problem with that video.
What?
Her head is not shaved.
one. Oh,
Oh, her head's not shaved. That's a good point. So basically what happened is a transsexual Christopher Walken made this video. And I played this on Facebook, and here is the first one that made me start looking into this. And I said, could this be more than one person doing this? Because this lady with the blue neckerchief, who looks like a transsexual Christopher Walken, had this to say. Here it is.
We will not be silenced. The silent riot.
Adjust that belt buckle. Tie your shoes. Twisted Sister? What is that? Is that a Twisted Sister pin? What do you want to do with your life?
I want to rock!
But I'm so confused. What?
You never seen Twisted Sister?
Yeah.
Have you not seen the Twisted Sister video? What do you want to do with your life? I want to rock!
I have not seen it.
I want to.
rock. Yeah.
We're not gonna take it. No, we're not gonna take. Okay, little British. D. Snyder.
There's no way I'm the only one who saw that in her little video. Okay, sweetheart. Please, with your silent riot. Please don't be quiet. I don't know what we're gonna do. We'll never come back if you guys all decide to shut the hell up.
Fantastic. So this was all over this weekend. I couldn't escape it. The silent riot was so silent. It absolutely gave me, I don't know, just levels of weird. Here it is.
We will not be silent. The silent riot has begun.
We will not be silent. The silent riot has begun. Surprise, surprise.
Holy
Is
shit.
that his foot? That's got to be somebody else's.
That's got to be
Just-
someone else's leg.
Yeah. Yeah.
He must have killed a hooker or something like that. I don't
His
I don't
wife's
understand.
We will not be silenced.
friend.
The silent riot has begun.
Roof, roof. Looks like a poodle video. Oh God.
We will not be silent. The silent.
Is that John Cougar Mellencamp, like who went through like Munchkin Land?
We
are kids. A little ditty about Jack and Diane.
Right.
Two young American kids going up as fast as they can.
Has begun.
Oh God, cringe.
The silent riot has.
That looks like the Democrat kitchen bitch who's always I show the videos of like 40 years from now and a few lines of meth.
Begun. We will not be silent.
Is it you're reading it? How can you not remember 2 lines of code? She's reading it. Look at her eyes. She's on a teleprompter. What the? This is like Joe Biden and Kamala worthy. Watch it. She's totally reading this.
The silent riot has begun. We will not be silent.
And she even read it wrong.
Again.
Yeah, totally wrong.
was
Give me a break.
Wrong way.
Oh, here we go. Oh my God.
We will not be silent. The silent riot has
On our way to Mordor. Yeah.
Then why are you still talking
Amen.
at all?
Yes.
Like, I've never seen a quiet Democrat. We just don't listen anymore.
Okay. Listen, they're coping so well with this election. I mean, they really are finding new ways to seethe and cope. What the hell does that mean? What are we talking about here? What is a... Can someone explain this to me?
Is it in reference to like AOC and Bernie Sanders and their traveling tour that they're doing? I have no idea. I've never even heard of this. I feel like I'm on top of things because I watch a lot of TikTok, but I've not seen this. So
No, and I haven't either. And honestly, I saw the one video and I put it up and I said, I can't handle these people anymore. They're just like, they're trolling us. They're doing this on purpose. This is gaslighting. They just do this and say, let's do the most cringe shit that we can think of.
I agree.
But first of all, it's just Kevster, $10.80. Thanks, Kev. It's a silent threat, because it's not going to happen. I know, wasn't that good? Did you like that play on words?
I was just
It's awesome.
thinking of like people farting, like silent but deadly, like.
Not
It
sure
could have,
why.
like- yeah.
It's okay. You can think of anything you want. It's your life. Liv, what the hell's going on? And what does this mean? Because I don't understand it. I'm a little confused.
It's a grasp for attention. They want attention. Apparently, the shaving their heads and the sex boycott didn't get them enough attention. So now they're going to act like they're going to be silent, but they aren't. Just if you're doing a silent riot, be quiet. Don't even say anything. Wouldn't that be better?
Well, they've gotten some advice from Democrat leadership that perhaps and Carville said it best, perhaps we should just kind of be quiet and sit back and just let the Republicans do what the Republicans are going to do. And then we can kind of mop everything up. And I was hoping that they would take that advice, but it doesn't seem so. We'll talk about it later in the show. We have Biden who is scratching the surface and wanting to be recognized and come back into the fray. I hope he's written his will. Amy, your thoughts on this? Do they have the ability to be quiet?
No, but I forgot about. I even screenshotted this. You probably can't see it, but this is like a national thing. But they're doing a local one too. It's I think mostly in DC. It's called Hands Off, and then this one's local, so it says Leesburg fights back. But I think like the national one's in DC, so it's like Hands Off, and then like DC fights back. So this is like a protest that's happening. It's happening April 5th from 1 to 3 p.m. if anyone's interested in going and protesting at the courthouse. If I could go, I would. I really can go. I would just like for me to live, go undercover. Yeah, I'd like to go undercover and like.
Totally.
I'll go. But this is what we do. We've got to go over to the Salvation Army and we got to buy giant onesies. Remember how they had those for our moms and dads and you would put them in, they had the vinyl feet
Yes.
done underneath, but they were super terry cloth, and you would zip them up, and they would look like a dilapidated Easter bunny from Christmas Story. We'll do that. We'll get a pacifier, and we'll show up in baby garb, and you can do pigtails for you, and I'll even do a little Bam Bam top knot, and we'll show up as giant babies.
I would love
And then
that.
we'll go over to Planned Parenthood and ask them to abort us.
Is there a Planned Parenthood in Leesburg? I have no idea.
I have
Emotional damage.
I don't understand. Well, what the hell is wrong with you? Listen, you guys were supposed to be the educated party. Remember all this? That we were the dumb ones. We were the flyover states. And you guys are supposed to be like this intellectual superpower. Honestly, you guys just remind me of kids in a sandbox that take their football and go home whenever they don't get their way. This is going to be, we've got a 3.5 year long wait here. You've got a long way to go. And if you guys are hoping, I keep hearing them talk about 2026, I don't think it's going to go as you think it's going to go. I don't know what they're going to do, but this party they have just blown a gasket. They've always been a little off, but they are officially just like over the cliff. And now it's just a matter of watching them splat and hit the ground. But I think Donald Trump needs to continue to do what he's doing, because whatever it is, it's working gloriously, and just like make it happen. Like if they can find a way to get Alex Jones involved here and maybe have him up on the pulpit or something and have him come out and do his Alex Jones thing, just to piss them off, or maybe get Steve Bannon to do like a briefing for one day, whatever it takes. Just find the dragon's bane of the left and put them up on stage. Go get Bill O'Reilly and have him do like a seminar on male to female work interaction etiquette or something. Just whatever it takes.
That'd be awesome.
Bill O'Reilly gets up there. We'll get it in post. So I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. All I know is that there were times in my life when I'm like, you know what, the Democratic Party doesn't seem too bad. Maybe I'm going to vote for Bill Clinton, right? You know what, Obama, maybe, in 2006, I think a lot of people when he first came out were like, this is interesting, who is he, what is he about? I think we figured it out pretty quick, but most of America were fooled, and we know that because his second term did not go nearly as well from a voting standpoint than his first term. But there were times, I'm a Kennedy fan in some aspects. I don't see any redeemable qualities from the Democratic Party, and we'll talk about that when we get to Biden. So Amy, your vote. Will the silent riot,
So I'm
while
seeing
not
in the
being silent,
comment
will it work?
Well, everyone in the comment, not everyone, but a lot of people are saying in the comment section that it's about removing their money from banks and whatnot, which also.
What is this,
fine.
Canada?
Yeah.
What is this? Did we have Trudeau all of a sudden become the president? This isn't happening in the United States. Have you had any of your money removed from your bank account? If you have a bank account,
No,
first of all,
they are going to be withdrawing their money from their bank accounts. That's what I'm reading in the comments. It's basically like, I don't know. I'm not a part of this. I didn't even know it existed.
What is it going to? Oh no, the savings and loan, George Bailey. What's possibly going to happen? You're going to
get robbed now because people know your money's under your mattress.
Democrats don't have any money. Come on. It's all in Ukraine. It's all tied up in old Tesla stock that you guys haven't sold yet. By the way, just thought I'd give you guys a little update. I was really going to go ahead and surprise Liv and make a purchase. I should have, because holy crap, I would have made a shit ton of money. Yeah, it's up 274. And
I said on Friday, you need to invest now. I was like, you need to invest now. And I'm not into stocks or any, and don't take advice from me because I don't do it. But I did say, like everyone was saying, buy today, buy today, buy today, buy now. Like, buy now.
I'm not in either. Yeah, I got out of stocks when I left Comcast, and we had a portfolio that was fairly strong. It was all Apple and Xfinity, which not bad stock to be in. And I got out of it a long time ago. But this isn't going anywhere, right? I mean, this isn't going anywhere.
I never heard of it. So
if you pull money out of banks, all you're doing is going to depreciate the overall lending quality of that bank. And all you're going to do is have the FDIC kick in, and the insurance that the bank has is go ahead, and the rates are going to go up, which means you're going to have to pay more later when you want to get new checks, or you want to go ahead and transfer, or you want to go ahead and get a CD, or you want to go ahead and send a money order. The banks aren't going to suffer. This is so stupid. It's like, remember when they, like a couple of weeks ago, they did that don't buy anything today? How did that go out? And they're like, all right, I'm not going to buy any food, any gas, any water. So I better go stock up on food and gas and water. And you're like, how's that hurting by you going out and buying out? Is there any hope for the Democratic Party?
No.
Fair enough.
Not when the crazy freaking women are trying to think they're leading it or something.
That was a guy in there with, Barbara Stewart, thank you. Thankful for you too.
Barbara.
Thank you for the 25. But there was two guys in there too. Remember the Oompa Loompa who looked like John Cougar Mellencamp?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you turn off the fan by chance?
Yes, I can. Barbara Stewart donated $25 again, huh?
No. Let me look and see, because I only hit it once.
Are we supposed to be at 130.63?
I will have to add it up.
TDS, they call it. Yeah, Trump Derangement Syndrome. And TDS goes both ways.
It does.
Barbara Stewart, a third time, Liv.
No.
Well, the total's
It's
not going
not-
up. Is there like a glitch? Might be a glitch.
Maybe. It's not me.
I will say this. We had serious internet problems. They claimed it was all fixed, so we've had a lot of glitching today at our residence. So
One of them said it's March 25th was the donation date, considering that it's the 24th. I don't know.
You're fired.
I don't
You're
know.
fired. You're fired. You're fired.
I don't know. Maybe
You're
it's having
fired.
some issues.
All right. So let's fix that because all that actually gets calculated in our taxes. And we just did taxes. Holy God. $34,782 in expenses last year. That's not that bad. Surprisingly enough. I mean, because that's all the merch, advertising, all the Documents of Freedom books and the internet. Do you want to know what our internet bill was?
just last
Take a
month.
guess. No, for the year. Take a guess.
Oh, I have to have a calculator.
Don't do a calculator. Just take a guess. That's not a guess.
No, I can't because I don't have any concept of math. I'm gonna say 17,000.
Oh God, no, not that much.
Okay, I don't know. Then I
A
don't know.
little, around 8,700.
Okay.
So that's internet. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, that is just like, holy crap. Anyway, taxes suck. But the good news is we should get plenty back. We hope. If you have $34,000 in expenses and you're a small business, you should get. I mean, we're gonna have to pay, but
Are
I
you
can't
waiting
imagine.
until April to
What's
file
it?
though to see what happens with.
Oh no, because honestly, we don't care about the donations this year because the donations for 2024 were only really in November and December. Because those donations, we were only pulling in like 1,000 a month, which is a lot of money, but in the scheme of things. But it's this year, like, holy God, we're doing really well in donations now. So we're
Thank
actually
you.
changing. Yes, and thank you. And we're changing up our model into Olivia and I are going to go on payroll. So we're going to create a payroll department, and that way we can save on taxes like 15% by claiming ourselves as employees. And then whenever we get to that point where we have other money going out to other people, we have a payroll department. Sandra Casey, thank you for the $21.10. We appreciate you.
Okay.
We'll be right back. What's up, Liv?
I'm going to have to reset it because I deleted the 2 and it's still showing the wrong amount. So I'm going to reset everything.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know either. Maybe just happy on the button push. I don't know.
No, because I wasn't even in. I was in a completely different screen when it did the third one. So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
We're all going to die. I don't know.
It's a little bit of a stretch. We'll be right back, folks.
Join WimKen.com, the social media platform built for free speech and true connection. No censorship, no algorithms controlling your feed, just genuine conversations and a commitment to protecting your rights. Sign up today at WimKen.com and take back your voice. Tell them Matt and the Dumb Show sent you.
The most hilarious post of the year. When we played the baby sound, Mallory says, "My milk just came in."
That's funny, Mallory.
That happened to Olivia too all the time. Whenever a baby would cry, she's like, "Shit." It's hilarious.
All right. Can you reset that on, refresh on your end? Because in here, it's showing the correct amount. It's just showing the
Olivia,
wrong
can
amount
I
on
just
screen.
say you are a royal pain in the
I
butt
know.
tonight? Okay.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. I was just teasing.
It's Monday.
All right, let me find out what's going on. Reload widget.
There it is.
That better?
Yeah, that's it. That's weird.
Is that where we are now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you sure?
Yes, positive.
I need to change the word to donate to tip. Donate and tip will be the same. So a donation, a tip, or a gratuity they mean all the same thing. So it won't matter. In the reason why our donations 40% go to taxes. I mean, if we don't have to claim taxes on our donations, Amy and Leroy are going to be stoked because we're revenue sharing, because that's just like 40% right back in our pocket. And then Olivia and I go, okay, here you go. But we have to save, like if we get whatever we make, we got to put 40, 50% away. And usually 10 to 20% goes to overhead, 40% goes to taxes. And we save maybe 40% for us if we're lucky. Okay. All right, let's rock and roll. Next topic. We've already we already had, it doesn't matter. If you touch my kids, I touch you. Liv, you're going to want to watch this one.
Yeah.
This is a high school basketball coach, and he's in a New York Class D state championship game. And this is the Northville Central School District. And Jim Zulo was fired. It says, we assure the public that this matter is being taken extremely seriously and the district is actively addressing it. The Northville Central School District said in a statement. The district will be following up with the affected player and their families to provide support and outline the actions in response. Here's the video. I will tell you, I had a pretty cathartic reaction. You guys tell me what you think.
Oh, hell no.
What the hell?
I want to give it up for number 24, I think it is, right?
Yeah.
Right
Who
here.
immediately stepped in. Yeah.
Who almost broke that old fart knocker's hip.
What in the world? Is that the coach?
That is the head coach, yeah.
What the hell? What in the world was she doing to piss him off? My God. She didn't look like she did anything.
It doesn't matter, right? There's
No.
nothing she could have done. She could have told him to F off. So what do you do? Like, Liv, you see this, what do you do? What's your first reaction?
If I am in the stands,
yeah, seriously.
I am going down
wait,
there.
and don't just say be real. Like,
No.
what would you do stop, be an adult. What would you do? Seriously, because I really want to know what your reaction would be from an adult.
I probably would stand up and then pause and see what Hayden would do and see how Hayden would handle it.
Okay, that's totally the adult thing that I would expect from you. Thank you for being honest. What would you want to do?
I'd want to go down there and hit him in the face
Yeah,
for
cool.
touching my kid.
Perfect. That's perfect. Amy?
But honestly, I'd look at you and say, go take care of it because I know you would.
Okay, so that's the dumbest comment of the night. Amy, go ahead.
Okay,
What
first
would
of
you
all,
do?
this young
Adult.
girl, you can see she's visibly upset before he even
Yeah.
pulls her hair. Like you can tell she's she's upset. So I don't know what happened. Okay, what would I actually do? I am not as restrained as you guys are. I'd be out of my seat in a hot second, and whatever little inch of hair I could get on that man's head, I would be yanking it just as hard as I could. And I would be like, you don't ever flipping put your hands on my child ever under any circumstances. Or sorry, you just don't touch it. And a girl, and I'm sorry, if you're a girl and you've had your hair pulled, it's like the worst feeling. Like it truly is, unless it's like consensual in a different way. But like if someone pulls your hair, worst feeling ever. The worst. It's the worst. It's the absolute worst. So like this man, no, I would not be restrained. I don't think I would. I can't see myself being restrained.
Think or no? Like what would Jason do?
He's the mature adult. He would just wait until the game was over and then go and talk to him after and be like, hey, what's going on? Like I don't think he would, I don't know. I would be flying out of my seat. He would probably have to hold me back. Like I don't have any restraint when it comes to my children. I just don't. So
Yeah.
I would think about it. I'd probably yell. stand up and yell. But I mean, what would you do, dear?
Well, it depends if we were winning or not, you know? I mean, if we're losing,
oh my God,
he's got to motivate. No, fuck, of course you know exactly what I do. First of all, I'd make sure I'm not armed. Because if I'm armed, and I'm going to be at a school, so I'm not going to be armed. So I can't do anything that I want to do if I'm armed, because then I'm going to lose my concealed carry. I'm going to beat the living shit out of him. And there's not going to be any restraint. He puts his hand on my kid. I don't care what she said. I'll deal with her later. And he probably cussed at her, or she probably cussed at him. That's the reaction that you probably would get. Like, hey, don't you talk to me like, you know, and that's old school. You know, I got beat with a paddle by my principal. I mean, I'm not kidding. I'm talking a college paddle, Delta Chi with holes in it. And I was blistered with that thing. It's just different, different time. My sister got spanked in school. So it's just different. But you don't pull somebody's hair. And this girl is obviously upset. She's obviously distraught. She's obviously in a bad position. And, the old man's, I mean, he's going to lose a hip. I don't know if I could restrain myself. You know, now I got to ask myself a question. If it was my son, would I react the same way? And the answer is no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Depends. I mean, because like you can't really pull like Ethan's hair. You can't really pull my kid's hair. So I don't. Like,
Sure
what would be
you can grab the top of his hair and pull it.
Yeah, I guess.
You know,
I don't,
but if
yeah.
my son turns around and goes "F you" to a coach, and that coach grabs him and goes, "Hey, get your ass over here. Don't even talk to me." It's sports. And I've had coaches grab me by the ear. I've had coaches spin me around. So is it okay? No, but that's a girl. And it's just the stereotype and the stigmatism. I mean, he didn't hit her. He didn't punch her. He didn't pull her hair that hard. I watched. I mean, I've seen it like 15 times. It's like grabbing her shoulder and going, you know, it doesn't.
No.
Listen, I'm not defending the guy. He did not grab her that hard. Come on. Listen.
No, I can't stand to have my hair pulled. Like, even if it gets caught, like, it's so painful. Maybe I have a sensitive head. I don't know. Like, it's extremely painful. He moved her entire body.
Yeah, it's
like,
that looks really bad. Wait, hold on. That would the video's chugging a little bit. Now, I want to be clear. I'm not defending this jackhole. I'm just saying it looks like he yanks. See, it's a lot different. He just kind of tugs on her. But there was a skip in the video. You just saw it there. He doesn't yank it. He just kind of, in either way, that's not okay. It's not okay. But there is a double standard between girls and guys.
100% agree.
If he would have grabbed her on the shoulder and pulled her like that, what would we say? We said nothing.
Yeah.
He grabbed her hair. Shouldn't have done it. 100% wrong. But he wasn't trying to hurt her. He was trying to say, hey, you don't fucking talk to me that way. Watch your mouth. So we asked for, once again, I'm just giving a different perspective. I'm not agreeing with him. I still would knock him the fuck out. Just watching it from a different perspective.
He looked so angry walking up to her. And I agree with you. There's a double standard.
There is.
My girl plays on an all boys team right now. I don't love it, but she wants to play, so I support her. Her coach treats her different, 100%, and I'm okay with it because she's a girl. And
okay, people are saying he whiplashed her neck. Now we all understand that that's not what took place. Come on, guys.
He looks like a waltz.
He's a dick.
He looks so angry.
He is a grumpy dick who should be fired and should never coach kids again. I just want to keep it in perspective, okay? Yes, she did. She cussed
girls,
at him.
Right? They're not college. These are high school kids, right?
I believe, yeah. They're college. Looks like college prep or high school preparatory.
It's high school.
Like a preparatory school. Now, that's a good question. If it was a female coach who did it, would anyone be pissed?
Yes.
Whoops. But hold on, we just said that there's a double standard with boys. I'm playing some devil's advocate here, and I want everyone just to listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's okay. My job is to give you what actually happened. And we were lagging a little bit, and it looked really bad. I'm like, whoa, wait a second. Let's watch this again because it wasn't what you think. Either way, any physical contact on a young lady from a man is completely wrong. What I'm saying is, I've seen female coaches do stuff to female students that is very similar. And I is it the same? Amy, let me know.
If it was a female, I would feel the exact same way. I'm sorry, you don't pull a woman's hair. That to me maybe that's a personal boundary I have
Yeah.
from
No, I agree.
trauma. I don't know, but like, you don't pull my hair. You don't. You just like, there are certain things you don't. I mean, oh, what did Jason used to do something to me? I can't remember what it was, but I remember like, I was like, please don't do that. And like, it took him years for me. I was like, finally, I was like, you can't, I mean, I'm telling you to stop. I think it was something. Not,
Was it anal?
like
Was
my
it
hair-
anal?
No, it wasn't
Oh.
that. I would, no.
Don't even answer, right? You just kind of let that joke wash over us and just go ahead.
I don't remember, but yes, it took years for him to like get it. And I'm like, don't touch me that way. I freaking hate it. Like, and hair pulling to me is one of those, like, I don't have if you pull my hair, I will probably turn around and punch you in the face. Like,
All right, fair
that's
enough.
how sensitive
I'm
I am.
not gonna pull your hair. Liv. Now hold on a second. Okay,
That's like a personal thing. So maybe
We
it's just
got it. You don't like your hair pulled. Yes, we understand. Nobody pulled your hair on this panel. Be nice. Now let's talk. Now let's break the yeah, just give it a minute. Let's break this down. So here's the thing. Is it okay for a male coach ever to put his hand on a female player?
No, I don't think so.
He can't grab her shoulder and
Well-
say, "Hey, don't you talk to me that way." Can he do that?
Yeah, I mean, I would think.
Okay, so
that
there
would
is
be
so
okay.
there are some boundaries, and there are some things that are acceptable. Okay, so we all agree, everyone agree that pulling the hair is not okay. Is
No.
that fair?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because if I saw it, my first reaction would be to like do a Jimmy Superfly Snuka from the top buckle and just smash him into the ground.
Can I be completely honest about the whole thing?
Sure. No, lie.
If I was
No.
there and I saw what happened, if it was Hayden can take care of herself.
Hayden would hit him in the jugular.
Hayden could take care of herself, and I'd probably just be like, okay. If it was Ethan, I'd probably step in because Ethan's not as tough as Hayden, but he is starting to learn. As he's getting older. But to be honest, if Hayden or Ethan would have told that coach to F off or mouth back, I would have let it happen. And then I probably would have taken her to the side or him to the side and said, what are you doing? Absolutely not. And I would have made them apologize to the coach in front of the entire team in the audience. Now, if they didn't do anything, if it was because there was a bad play and she got upset,
I'm going to tell you what she did.
Then I'd be all over it.
Okay. New York basketball coach fired for pulling high school player's ponytail apologizes. See, this is why we do it, because this is good. Here it is. Hall of Fame girls basketball coach in upstate New York apologized Sunday after being fired for violently yanking. Okay, see, words are important.
NBC.
What?
It was NBC that reported it, so of course it's
No. I'm just saying violently. So when I hear violently, I grab her and whip her hair out and just okay. And appearing to berate her following an emotional loss. Okay. The incident unfolded after Northville High School lost to La Fargeville, 43-37. It shows you why women basketball sucks. Really? That's the best you can do for four? Okay. The New York State Public High School Athletic Association Class D final. It's Class D. Who gives a shit?
Right.
Night at Hudson Valley Community College. Okay, so it was high school at a community college. Northville's Haley Monroe, the Falcon star senior who scored 12 points. She's a star and she scored 12 points. 12 points, and you use the word star. I would have pulled her hair for that fucking performance. Oops, pardon my French. Was standing with her teammates after the game and appeared to be crying. Cameras then captured Falcons coach Jim Zulu coming from behind and pulling Monroe's hair. He appeared to yell at Monroe before teammate Ima Tompkins intervened. Good for you, Ima. Tompkins is the coach's... Whatever. Who cares? You should have a real fucking name and spell it correctly. I can't stand this crap. Shaniqua Tompkins says, the Daily Gazette of Schenectady.
Schenectady. I think it's Schenectady.
Amy, okay, you know what? Can we just mute her from the rest of the time I read this, please? There. She's muted. She's done. God, second guessing me. All right. And other local news outlets reported. So it seems like Tompkins is the coach's great niece. Oh. Now hold on. She's family.
No, the girl who stepped in is family.
So the black girl is related to the white coach, or the black girl is related to the white girl who got their hair pulled?
before teammate Amaya Tompkins intervened. Tompkins is the coach's great niece. So the girl who stepped in is the niece.
Wait. So they got some jungle fever in that family.
Yep.
White coach, black. Okay, now the story is totally getting better. Okay. Just forget it. Zulu apologized for his actions. I want to offer my sincerest apology, blah, blah, this all can. As a coach, under no circumstances is it acceptable to put your hands on a player. Members of the Board of Education declined to comment. This is now a personal matter. We're turning our attention. Zulu is in the Hall of Fame, Class A state title. Had come out of retirement coach at Northville, urging his wife so he could stay occupied. I bet he hates that. Now he's probably going to go home and pull his wife's hair. Thanks a lot for getting me to unretire. I'm not comfortably individually commenting on anything Sam said. I need to help my father and our families work through this. Some people said that they were on the shake hand line and she refused to shake hands. I don't see that anywhere. It sounds like she was upset. She said something derogatory. Coach took it personal. Coach pulled her hair. Coach deserves to be fired. And all's right in the Schmeckety-neckety world. How do you say it again?
Schenectady.
Whatever. Bullshit. It's all sounds like a bunch of...
Everyone says I'm right in the chat, so...
I don't care. Yeah, because Schenectady is what I thought it was. Right, yeah, that's what clear pronunciation and everything. I don't know. Schenectady?
Schenectady.
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 Something like that. It's close enough.
You said titty.
So here's Frank Riley. Amy, don't beat around the bush. Do you like your hair pulled or not?
No.
Yeah. Depends. I guess it depends.
Actually, really clever. I can say that. Yeah, never.
So the guy deserves to be fired. We agree?
Yes.
Don't touch our kids. It's just a game.
Yeah. She
only scored 12 points. So what did you really want her to do? 16? Would that have eclipsed your expectations? Because it is women's basketball. He deserves to be fired. And I probably would have laid him out for touching my kid. I love my baby girl. And first of all, my kid would never talk to a coach that way. So she knows better. So this sounds like parenting. It needs a little bit of work, at least on how you talk to adults. And this guy needs to go and gum his tapioca pudding while watching Matlock, and it's time to retire because you do look like Old Man River.
Now, if this was in Texas, that'd be totally acceptable.
So true.
Totally.
So true.
Totally. I mean, complete strangers will discipline kids in public. It's happened to us before. When we first moved there, we went to some Mexican restaurant and the kids were misbehaving. I mean, they were 7 and 4 and they were misbehaving, and our waitress put them in their place. We just met her and she put them in their place. We're like, well, guess this is how Texas is. And she goes, people have done to my kids too. So that's how Texas is. It's a fun big village.
Yeah, people are very, very very adamant on this. They're very I'd rather be punched than slapped. And I'm like, I don't know where we're going with this. Olivia would much rather be slapped, but it just depends where. So I
just to make sure handcuffs
listen, why are people mad at
involved in
me?
that?
Because I don't consider that to be violent. I'm sorry. I consider the act to be inappropriate and borderline assault. But saying that he violently pulled her hair, listen, if a man violently pulls a woman's hair, there's no hair left. I didn't see that to be violent. I see that to be a man who lost control, who probably wasn't used to be spoken to that way, and who has absolutely no coping mechanisms left, and probably poops his pants. But violent, I don't know. I have a hard time saying that that's violently. I mean,
I don't think it was violent. It was, I mean, if it was violent, I think she probably would have been on the floor. But either way, he pulled her hair.
Sure.
But he's a terrible coach, and I'll tell you why. Because when you're a team coach, especially at this level, you punish the whole team. You make them run after practice. You make them run after the game. You're staying after. We're doing suicides or whatever it is, right? Like that's what we're doing. We're gonna do it for 40 minutes, and then your team's gonna berate you in the locker room for the way you spoke to the coach And that's how it's done. My kid, I can't tell you how many times he's like, man, so-and-so is goofing off and we had to run extra, miles today at practice. I'm like, well, you guys will learn, it's on purpose to show you to be a team player. You have to help correct your teammates. You have to help keep them in line. You're a senior player on this level. You need to step in and say, cut it out, guys. Like, it's to help build that team spirit. I don't know.
I agree.
You don't put your hands on the kid. Sorry, make them run.
Right. Once again, is it a double standard with a boy? Like, I've had a coach grab my face mask in hockey and in football. And I was a horrible football player, but they just grabbed me because I sucked and I deserved every minute. I mean, they should have beat the shit out of me with a baseball bat, honestly. Go over to the batting cages, get a bat. We're going to beat the shit out of Spear. Totally understood. Now, hockey, completely different story because I could carry my own. Plus, I was big and fast and I could shoot. Wasn't very much a great corner man, but it doesn't matter. The point is, I've been whacked upside the head with a stick. I've had a coach slap me. I've had my face mask grabbed. Now, I was an adult, which is a whole other issue. But when I was younger in football, I had coach grab my face mask. You motherfucker, you blah, 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 blah. Is that assault? And that was more violent than what that coach did to her hair. Is it because she's a woman? Let's just be honest. Is it because she's a woman?
I think that's part of it for me, but I can't think of a scenario that would be similar for a man, for a boy. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's the total double standard. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's part of the shock value.
You guys.
Because boys are always coached a little bit harder than girls, I think. Although, friggin', I had a couple of coaches that they were female coaches, but they got in your face like this far and screamed in your face.
In your face. Now, you are a high school athlete, so you get to now listen to me. Come on, guys. Amy says, I think her head jerked back really hard when he pulled her hair. Her head jerked back violently. I couldn't disagree more.
I can see it. Look.
That is not violent. Oh my God. Give me a break. That is not violent. She's not on her neck doesn't, she just falls backward. I mean, come on. I'm not saying it's okay. That is not violent. If a man wants to grab a woman and be violent, that is not the definition of violent. I'm not saying it's not wrong. You don't put your hands on a woman. You don't put your hands on any student. What I'm saying is, do we really believe that that's violent? Can we get to the crux of this? Is NBC reporting the facts, or are they just doing what they always do and making this sound completely blown out of proportion?
I don't think it was violently, but they could have said he yanked her hair hard. That sounds a little bit better, but.
Okay. But violent, Amy, you've got an opinion. I want your opinion. Is that violent?
I don't know. I guess I would have to be her. I feel like she would get to determine that, not me. Like, at that point, I don't know how hard it hurt. I don't know how much it hurt her. Maybe it didn't hurt her at all, or maybe she's like me and very sensitive. And
okay, let me ask this question then. Let's qualify, because this is the legal mind of this. We can learn something from these things. Was his intention to cause bodily harm or to hurt her?
No, I don't think so.
Amy.
I don't know enough. I need more evidence. I need more.
Just watch the video. Watch the video.
If it was just based off of this, I would say, yeah, she's clearly upset. You don't go messing with a girl who's already crying. You're asking. I know you're saying, but did he intentionally want to cause her harm? Yes. She's already emotional, and you're going to go push a high school girl who's already highly emotional. You're intentionally messing with her. Yes, I think yeah.
It appears violent to those of us who have lived with abusive behavior. Thank God I've never been sexually abused. Give me a break. How that to me is probably one of the most myopic things you've ever said. How could you possibly make this about sexism? I'm baffled. So let's get back to the topic of reality. We're trying to identify whether his intent was to hurt her.
I do not think it was.
To cause harm, to cause bodily harm, to hurt her, to break her, to rip her hair out, to smash her bones, to pound her into oblivion, into submission. Was it to harm? Because what I'm upset about is the article that I read you, also because we take all sides of the issue, right? I already told you I'd jump out of the stands and I'd grab the fucking guy. Olivia would have harsh words. Amy would be right there with me. Honestly, she would probably grab, if she saw that guy do that to Hayden, Amy would grab him before I got him. Okay, we've established this. Now I'm saying, was this violent? Because the definition of violent is using or involving physical force intended to hurt, damage, or kill someone or something.
No, it was not intentional to hurt, in my opinion.
Amy, yes or no?
Well, that definition, I don't think he was trying to kill her. I do think he was trying to cause her pain. Absolutely. Why else
but
do it?
that's not the definition.
He's trying to hurt her. Well,
Why
pain
do
hurts
it? Why do it? Why do it? There's lots of reasons.
Yeah.
A lack of coping skills, to get her attention, felt disrespected, wanted to make a very, very intense point with not recognizing the repercussions. All wrong. What I'm saying is that I think there's a difference between violence and doing something incredibly stupid that should never be replicated. Now, this guy, history, he's never had an issue. He's a Hall of Fame coach. He's been coaching for like 50 years. Never has had an issue. Is it possible that what he did was a stupid and dumb mistake without the intent of violence? Once again, I didn't say sexual assault. Like there's any difference between assault, whether it's sexual or physical. And assume that I haven't been physically abused by a mother and a father is also ridiculous. And also physically abused in relationships outside of my wife. So once again, supposition and complete conjecture that I can't understand what a woman would go through simply because I'm a man. I think that's just drivel and bullshit. Amy, make the counterpoint, close this down. You get last word.
Yeah, if he has a clean track record, and look, like I said, I would need more information. I just need more information to really make a better judgment. If this was like in the court of law, I would expect better evidence than just this one video. I don't know anything about this man. I think he was way out of line. I think he actually deserved to be fired for this. And I don't feel bad for him at all.
No,
and I mean, this little, she's not a little girl. She's a high school student, but it's a tough couple years for any kid, middle school, high school, it's emotional times. You're just trying to find your way in life. And she was clearly highly emotional. She was upset. And for him to walk up and put his hands on her in any way at that point, absolutely not. I don't know what she did. I don't know if she did anything. I just don't know enough. But again, you handle it after the game. You handle it. Everyone's staying. Sorry, you're not showering, girls. You're running in the gym, whatever it is.
I think I'm with other people where I want to see the full video, right?
Yeah.
I want to see, and does it either way? There's nothing that could have happened that would justify what he did. Yeah. You put your hands on another human being. It's unacceptable. But what bothers me is I want to see the full video. I want to see what she did, what she said, but I don't think you're ever going to see that in these situations. It comes down to this. Starlet wrote something really interesting here. Liv, you want to read that off?
Well, he intended to grab her because he did it out of anger. You can see it on his face and in the action of the hair yank. Yank my daughter's hair like that. As her coach, and I'll lay your ass out on the court.
True. Could
have gotten her attention in an entire different way. This is so inappropriate for coach to do. Just wow.
Yeah. I agree with all of those things. I don't like MSNBC. And I don't like the way that they write. And as a writer and somebody who does this, at least for a living, whether I do it well or not, I think words matter. And if I was writing this article, violently would never have been put into it. I would have said, absolutely the coach seemed to be irate, almost incensed and his tone and demeanor were definitely intimidating and borderline scary, if not that was violent, almost threatening. I don't appreciate. Okay, here's an example. Is Donald Trump a rapist?
No.
I guess it depends on who you ask. But in a
That's
court
the
of law,
truth.
no.
That's very true.
No, he has never been convicted of rape.
No, he hasn't.
He's never even been charged with rape. He's never even been investigated for rape. He was found liable.
Sexual assault.
But he wasn't found guilty of that either.
Right.
There's a difference between a criminal court and a civil court. And Donald Trump has never been convicted of sexual assault, never even accused of sexual assault in a criminal court. In a civil court, that is a completely different manner, and the preponderance of evidence is much easier to obtain a libel suit. And he was found liable for sexual assault. Does that make him an adjudicated rapist? No. So when they say adjudicated rapist, he's not. Because even though the charges and allegations were rape in the civil court, they're still not criminal charges. There is a very big difference. But MSNBC says that Donald Trump, because he performed an action of what was considered by the judge sexual assault and gave her money, and that he was liable for that, that therefore he's now a rapist, and said he was guilty of rape, even though in his court and the document said it was sexual assault. So, do words matter?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, why does it matter in Donald Trump's case, but not the old fart fucking coach? Do you get my point now?
Mm-hmm.
Is I believe it matters for everybody. Guilty or not guilty, it matters.
Well, violent is a catchy word and it sells more.
There you go.
Yep.
Well, so does adjudicated rapist.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
See, but just because it sells more articles, I didn't ask you why it was there, because I know why it's there. I asked you, was it violent? But it's amazing how people immediately go, oh, wait a second. It's there for clickbait and just to get people's attention. It doesn't have to be accurate. So you're arguing my point that it wasn't violent. Otherwise, you wouldn't say that and say, no, they accurately reported what happened. They sensationalized what happened to make it more grandiose, more important than it was. I still think he deserves to be fired and should never be hired again and ever get to work with kids ever again with you. Was it violently? No, I don't think so. I still think, was it assault? Yeah, for sure. It was assault. He put his hands on her with ill intent. And he doesn't even have to have ill intent. You put your hands on somebody, and that is considered assault. Is it battery?
He's also in a position of power over her. It's her coach. I think it makes it worse. If it was like a teammate or another, you know what I mean? Like it's yeah. I don't know.
Well,
I still like it. I just leave our kids alone.
Looks like Amy and I are going to get into it. I guess your personal experience have more weight than my own. Pack your bags. We're going on a guilt trip. I was a battered wife and lived with violent behavior many years and recognized it when I saw it. Yep. Nobody ever claimed, but you're the one that's saying that my experiences aren't good enough. I never said that about you. I said your experiences have weight and so do mine. And to simply say because your assault was different at the hands of a man versus my assault, which were hands of a parent or a brother or a priest or an ex-female spouse of mine, not a spouse, but significant other, doesn't trivialize my opinion either. So I never said those things. You said those things. So maybe check out tonight. Maybe go get some rest because you're not being rational. Sorry. I disagree with you. I at all. And I don't take offense at what you said. I'm just going to contradict the points you made because I think it's very obtuse to sit here and say that a man can't understand what sexual assault is and apply their own daughter to the situation and say, oh, yeah, I would absolutely deck that guy. However, I also disagree with the way that the media is portraying this and saying this guy's a violent offender. I think there's a very big difference. And I think it trivializes what women like yourself and others have went through, and even myself, when people use words that do not align with what took place. That's my opinion. So it doesn't mean that yours is insignificant. It means that you're not going to make mine insignificant because you're a woman and you have an understanding of it in your eyes more than me. I don't buy into that. Amy, last word. Olivia, last word on this. We'll move on to something else.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, go ahead. You want to go, Liv?
No,
I
go
don't know.
ahead. Go.
I feel like I've already said a lot. Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe I am more personally bothered by this than it sounds like other people, but that's okay. Like, I just don't like my hair pulled. So like maybe I am more sensitive to it. You know what I mean? Like maybe it just like really like is a trigger thing for me and I don't realize it. Cause like seeing that I was irate. Like I would have flown out of my seat. No problem.
Can I give you an example? If someone comes up behind me and puts their hands on my shoulder, they'll get an elbow in the face.
Yeah.
That's my trigger. Like, don't put your hands on my shoulder without me knowing who's there. So that's bad for me. Like, so I get it. Is it violent? What happens after that is going to be violent, but I understand where you're coming from. My whole point isn't this what we condemn the fake news for? Isn't that what we say? Yeah. Isn't the Donald Trump example a perfect example of what the media says versus what we hold them accountable for? And everyone agreed that MSNBC did it just to sell newspapers, but does that make it right? Because now this guy, every time they search his name, it'll be violent assault on a teen. And I want to be really careful because that is a very serious charge. And there needs to be, and I go with Amy and Olivia's point, that it needs to be investigated and studied thoroughly, and an investigation needs to take place in order before we start accusing and condemning somebody, because it is innocent until proven guilty. Amy, you just need to take the night off. I don't know what this has been going on for a couple of weeks, so I don't know what it is, but you're not. I repeated exactly what you said, so you know the phone number. You got a problem, call it in. We'll go to the next thing. Be right back.
The Dumb Show is built on real conversations, raw, unfiltered, and fearless. Big Tech didn't like that. Facebook pulled our funding, tried to shut us down. But for over a year, you, our incredible viewers, have kept us going. Your support, your donations, your time, it all matters. Most of you spend 10 plus hours a week with us. Compare that to Netflix, maybe 5 hours a month. We believe we're worth that time. And we hope you do too. But listen, we don't want giving to feel like a burden. We want it to feel good. So take a second to ensure you're in a good spot. If you're in a place to give, that will be amazing. If not, just liking and sharing helps more than you know. Visit thedumbshow.com/donate. Whether it's PayPal, Venmo, or mail, every bit helps to keep us going. Dumb Nation, we appreciate you more than words can say.
Yeah, no,
I think that's what happened. Is for some reason it glitched out.
Yeah, it happens.
I just realized we hit 237,000 followers.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. What's the number? Is it right on that?
237,013. So we just.
Well, good.
Yay,
That's good.
I just noticed that.
Good. Listen, I would rather have a show like that where we disagree than when we always agree. I can't stand that shit. And I'm honestly going to bring topics that are going to create controversy.
Like that one where all of us had the different thought.
That was a good one.
That was great because we all took it a different way.
My thing is this, is we all go through different experiences and we all have things that trigger us differently. Amy made a perfect example. If someone grabs her by the hair, that is a no-go. And Olivia is like, well, I probably wouldn't have left. And that's why I challenged her and said, come on, don't just say what you would do on the show, but what would you really do? Because when that woman touched me, Olivia just like this, and then said, I should have decked her. But calmer head always prevails with Olivia, which is a great thing. Where I take umbrage is my opinion has just as much weight as anyone on the internet. And to say that somebody who can just you fell victim to the one thing we've tried to achieve on this show for 4 years, which is offer perspective from both sides. And why, just because it's a personal topic for you, would you expect me not to do the same thing tonight? So this might be your hair pull thing. Even talking about this is a trigger for you. And I understand. I really do. I get it, but it doesn't mean we're going to stop talking about it. So this is where we take a second, you reflect on yourself and say, am I going to take offense to this? Am I going to let this bother me? Because this isn't about me. Your opinion matters. My question isn't saying that you don't understand what physical violence is. My saying is it defined as physical violence? Not what you've went through. Not what I've went through. But in the definition of the law, is it violent? Just like January 6th when they called it an insurrection. Was it an insurrection? No. Insurrection was never charged, but they still call it the January 6th insurrection. Is it okay to say something is when it isn't?
No, I don't think so.
No, it's not. It never should be. Amy, you rolled up. Oh, you agree? Okay.
No, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
I saw the eyes go up a little bit. And I was wondering if you possibly did.
I'll walk them past my door.
Matt Demo says, Minnesota, one of our senators got busted in a sexting operation going after a 17-year-old girl sitting his butt in jail today. Still resigned now. No new elections are coming. That's interesting. Republicans jumped right in and told him to resign. And he did. Unlike the Democrats, when we have a senator that broke into her mother-in-law's house after her father passed. Yeah, I heard about him. He should have resigned. I mean, the guy was bad. Alan Anderson, what did I miss? Rewind. It's a long one, dude. There's a whole bunch in there.
Skip the first 30 minutes though.
Yeah. We're doing what we always do. We're disagreeing. There's nothing wrong with disagreeing. I once again, touch my daughter like that, we got a problem.
Yeah. Same.
Let me ask another question. Just because it's a good topic. And it really is. It's obviously getting a lot of people into it. This is the true test. Would you have filed charges for assault?
It would totally depend on if it was my daughter.
It's your daughter.
It would absolutely depend on her and if she was injured in any way, or there would be too many factors. It would have to be a conversation with her.
We know she's not injured. She's not reporting any injuries. She didn't go to the hospital. They're not doing none of that. So,
and I would say, no, I personally wouldn't probably file charges, but just because I wouldn't file charges doesn't mean that the local prosecutor wouldn't, especially with that video.
As we know.
Yeah, a magistrate video is probably going to issue an arrest immediately because it is a minor with an adult. I don't know. I mean, I don't know the laws in that state. I don't even know, but I would assume here that would, I think, result in an arrest.
Yeah. Oh, especially in the Commonwealth. Agree. Olivia.
It really depends on what she did to garner that reaction from the coach. If she was lipping off, probably not.
It's interesting.
But,
so interesting. See,
but I mean, so I mean, I'd be talking to that coach.
Yeah.
And I'd be telling him, I understand that my daughter just lipped off to you, but you don't get to punish her. That's my job. Keep your hands off. If the school wouldn't have fired him, I would have pressed charges.
See, that's an interesting.
Yes.
Okay, so all three have different opinions because that is a clear-cut definition of assault.
Yeah.
It's not assault and battery.
Right.
But it's assault. And the police will absolutely say, do you want to press charges for assault? It's like that woman who touched me in the diner.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to press charges for assault?
Yeah.
I said, no, I just want her completely away from me because I'm a concealed carry holder. And if she creeps up on me and my family, I'm going to put her down. Like, she's fucking crazy. And I want her away from me because if she gets a hold of my gun somehow or whatever and tries to hurt my wife, what do you want me to do? You want me to beat her, hit her, punch her? Well, then, come on. This woman is out of her mind. So it is assault. So there is no wrong answer here. And this is these hypotheticals are important because the argument that I want to make is your arguments are that we should get more facts before making assertions, so should the media. That's my argument. That's it. My gut reaction is just like you, grab him. I don't care what my daughter said. I'm going to grab that guy. Because when I saw that, it doesn't matter if he yanked it. It doesn't matter whether he was violent. He touched my daughter in an inappropriate way. I'm going to react like a father would. But in the scheme of things, do I go to jail for it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I go to jail for touching him. Now, if he grabs her and starts curb stomping her and I jump in, will I go to jail? No.
No.
Because that's violent. So I want to, got to focus on the law sometimes. We've got to slow down and focus on the truth, even if it's uncomfortable. It just, I don't know. I don't know how else to better explain it. It's a long segment, but it's one that I at least appreciate. Leftists. The left are in bed with socialist regimes. Have you guys been watching this Tren de Aragua thing and them shipping these guys out to Venezuela?
Yes.
Yes.
What can you guys tell me about Tren de Aragua? Tell me about, what do you know about them? Just
I hadn't heard of the gang until this all came up. I mean, I could tell you about MS-13, but I hadn't heard of this Tren de Aragua gang or whatever. I didn't know who they
what
were.
if they make what if Tren de Aragua makes MS-13 look like the Boy Scouts?
Yeah. Then they all need to go.
Yeah. So we actually have a decent amount of them here in Virginia. Maybe not anymore. Maybe they're all gone. I don't know. But yeah, they're pretty terrible from what I understand. And they are some of the biggest drug leaders. I don't know if that's is that a pot? Like they lead in the drug distribution.
Fair enough. Right. They're top 10 in their drug category, their bracket.
Yes, they're up there. They do everything really well that gang members aspire to be. I think they are one of the worst. I think I just think they are terrible people from what I understand. Allegedly.
Alan just said they arrested 4 of them in Havre, Montana, of all places.
It's true. It's absolutely true.
What in the world are they doing there? How are they going to fit in there?
They came out and said that. They are literally all over the place, right? So these are bad guys. These are cartel type gangs that believe in execution of political rivals of. What was that?
That would be the dog.
Where?
Under my feet.
Holy God.
That's her new place to sleep, and she wrestles her way into my feet and kicks my feet out of the way. So I have to hold my feet in the air, and if I touch her, she kicks me.
Yeah.
So I'm uncomfortable
Fair
for
enough.
the entire time.
Fair enough. A loaded question.
Getting a good ab workout, though.
I know.
Yeah, you do. You have to keep your legs floating up, and you're just flutter kicks. So they are from El Salvador. They have, well, somebody said they're not Mexican, but they do have Tren de Aragua in Mexico as competition for the Mexi cartel. And so they are worldwide. So it's not just Venezuela. It's where they're from, but they do have Mexican subsidiaries and other types of locations. They're spread out all over the United States. They're in Europe, and they are an international drug gang. And they're dangerous. These guys aren't good at all. And decapitations, rape, not good. So a judge says that the Trump administration received certain questions from this judge today. And this was the case where the judge was going to hear this. And Trump has enacted the Alien Enemies Act. And this judge, Patricia Millett, of course, an Obama appointee, says Nazis got better treatment under the Alien Enemies Act than what has happened here. And they had hearing boards before they were removed. So what does that do to your psyche right now when you hear that Tren de Aragua are being compared to Nazis in the Third Reich? I mean, they could have said, well, Enron was treated better than the, TDA, or, Cali Cartel was treated better, or the Bloods and the Crips were treated better, or Al-Qaeda or ISIS-K sympathizers in the United States were treated better. But they said the Nazis. When that comes to mind, what do you think about that, Olivia? And then Amy, I want to get your opinions.
So let me get this straight.
Said the Nazis were treated better than the Tren de Aragua members.
So basically she's saying that they're being treated horribly and they don't deserve to be treated like this.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you what you think.
I don't know. I'm having a hard time. I would have to
Olivia,
read the whole
here you go.
thing.
You ready?
Yes.
You're a Mexican.
Okay.
I'm shipping you to Guantanamo Bay. I'm shipping you to Venezuela. You're saying it's illegal. You're a drug dealer. You're a criminal. You cut off the heads of women. You rape people. You traffic in children. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Bless you.
Amy's your judge. Thank you. And Amy says, listen, you treat Nazis in World War II better than you treated Olivia. The judge who is deciding whether this is constitutional for Donald Trump, along with two other judges, basically says, you guys treated Nazis from Germany better than you treated Tren de Aragua, Olivia. What does that say? What does that mean? So let's listen to this video and then you tell me and see if you can pick up on this, because I think Amy gets it. And maybe I'm not explaining it very well, but to me, when I hear that, I hear something very clear that makes me go, what the?
A Venezuelan man.
Here is the video, and then see if you can pick up on this.
238 Venezuelan men that the Trump administration recently deported to El Salvador. The Trump administration claims all of them are connected to Venezuelan gangs, but has not provided any evidence to that. Venezuela's interior minister said on a podcast today that, quote, none of the men are tied to a Venezuelan gang, also saying what's happening in El Salvador is the establishment of a concentration camp. Anyone who agrees with what the U.S. and El Salvador are doing is a barbarian.
While the administration is accusing these 238 men of being part of this notorious transnational organization, their lawyers and relatives say that they are non-criminal migrants who were, in some cases, yes, in the U.S. illegally, but were not part of any criminal organization. And the U.S. government has said that not everyone on those deportation flights had criminal records, but they have said that everyone was part of Tren de Aragua, which is, of course, an accusation list that now the relatives and the Venezuelan government is disputing. They also rely, Liz, heavily on tattoos and social media activity that the migrants have or have posted online. And so that is what is really concerning to the relatives of the deportees and other advocates who say that this is a slippery slope to try to identify migrant gang members, potential migrant gang members, through tattoos, because as you know, tattoos don't necessarily imply that somebody is in a gang. So this is something that will continue to be contested in not only federal court, but now on the world stage as this story continues to garner international attention.
200.
Okay.
Adjusting transmitter.
Whoops. Sorry, I obviously want to leave the show tonight. That's like the fourth time. Any clearer, Liv?
I think so. I mean, my thoughts were I was going to go with the tattoos as well, as most gang members have a tattoo that signifies what gang they're a part of.
Some do.
Some do. But here's the thing. You were in our country illegally. We said we were going to deport you. Whatever happens when you're outside of our country is not our problem. It's none of our business. It's not our problem.
The left are calling these concentration camps.
They don't know what a concentration camp is,
Obviously.
because they have all claimed that the Holocaust didn't happen and it wasn't real anyway. So
Not all
they don't
of
have
them,
a freaking
but
clue.
Some have. Some they trivialize, certainly. Amy, go ahead.
I think it's pretty clear. I mean, we all know that Donald Trump is our Nazi leader, and anyone who supports him are also Nazis. And these poor innocent illegal or undocumented, without papers. What are we calling them now? I don't even freaking know. These poor innocent men who may or may not have some gang tattoos. Also, we have intelligence who monitors them. Like, this is not like the public doesn't know this, I think, by and large, but most of our intelligence community is closely monitoring almost all the gangs and their activity all the time. That's just that we have a whole division dedicated to just that. So I'm pretty confident that we got the right people. And if you came into our country illegally, just like Liv said, you already broke the law. So leave. We invite you to no longer live here. Please go anywhere else. We don't care. Get out.
The media. Yeah. Judges. So let me get this straight. If I say the Girl Scouts, who were not allowed to be a part of the Boy Scouts, were treated worse. Trende Aragua was treated worse than the Girl Scouts. What am I saying? What am I saying? Think
Girl
about
Scouts
that for
are
a second.
worse than the freaking
Thank you.
Nazis. Yeah.
No.
Or the Trende Aragua.
Trende Aragua.
Yes.
When I do it that way, you guys can see the parallel and go, oh, that's insanity. But when I say Trende Aragua and Nazis, you're like, so they're both equally bad? And if they are, then why the fuck are you advocating to not get them out of the country as quickly and as readily as we would the Nazis? I don't care. We shouldn't have treated... No, I know that. Okay, but we're not doing what the why. We're doing what they're saying, and why the judge is wrong is because you just openly admitted that Trende Aragua is in the same ballpark as Nazis. You just admitted that. In fact, you said they're slightly less serious and bad than Nazis. That's what you just said. So if you're saying that, why in the name of God are you advocating for for habeas corpus, for illegals? Why isn't the answer of they didn't get him out fast enough? What are you doing? What do you mean it took you 45 days? Some of them may not be guilty of being Trende Aragua, but they're illegal. Who cares?
Agreed.
Yep.
Do you get my point?
Yep.
So once again, words matter. That's this whole thing on this show tonight that a couple of people seem to be upset with, is that you better make sure what you're saying means something. You're undercutting your own argument. It's like saying Ebola is slightly worse than AIDS.
Yeah.
Thank you. Wonderful. So should we eradicate both of them? Or should we wait? We need to be a little nicer to Ebola. Ebola, we were so much more understanding of AIDS than we were, and patient than we were with Ebola. You're being too aggressive to get Ebola eradicated from this country. What? It just makes no sense.
Yeah.
You've got Trende Aragua in this country. They are a violent gang. They traffic children. They behead people. They murder people through genocide. They deal drugs. They are a criminal element spread internationally. They are a terrorist organization, but they're not as bad as the Nazis, so we should treat them much better.
Well,
that's what that judge just said.
Yeah. It's because they're entitled to due process because they came here illegally and now they're protected by our laws, which is stupid, in my opinion.
I swear to God, I don't want people going to a Venezuelan camp who are not guilty of what they're being accused of. But if you think that we're going to sit here and put these guys on trial for 24 months and keep them out of jail because we can't prosecute them and they're accused of a crime and you can't hold them as terrorists, then you have to let them go. You have to put them on parole. You have to put them on bail. And because of cashless bail, these guys can put up whatever they want. Because Democrats don't care in these sanctuary cities. And because these DA prosecutors don't want to go ahead and convict these people, they're going to be running free. Either we clean up the streets and we secure the borders, or we play grab ass. And this is where these judges, I didn't hear them making a stink when Joe Biden was letting all these people in. Why didn't they go ahead and say something then? Why is it that when we're trying to clean them up and get them out that you guys have a problem with this?
Because it's what Donald Trump wants. And
ain't that the truth?
Anything Donald Trump says, they will say the opposite. I mean, I go back to Donald Trump's first term when they were talking about the MS-13 gangs, and he called them animals, and Nancy Pelosi got up and criticized him for calling them animals, and they're fine people, is what she said, if I'm not mistaken. So it's whatever Donald Trump says, they go with the opposite. It doesn't matter how insane or stupid it is.
Yeah.
It blows my mind.
Well, and that's just to show even more that this is where we're at. But TDA is not as easy to identify as MS-13 or Cali Cartel or Colombia Mafia or anything else, because the TDA is separating itself from these standard gangs who do stupid stuff to get themselves recognized, like having tattoos of their crimes. Or getting jumped in and jumped out and going ahead and dedicating time and place in which gang and which chapter they're in. They're getting smarter. And they run their game very similar to the way that the terrorists run their cells, is that it's very difficult to identify these people because it is an ideology, not necessarily a fraternity that is designated with a collegiate jacket or a tattoo. That's why TDA is so difficult. So when the burden of proof comes down, you could have a guy squawking on another guy and saying, hey, this person did A, B, and C, but you don't have physical evidence of that, but he's an illegal, and you get him on a train, get him on a freaking plane, and get him on a boat and get him the hell out of here. And the judge says, no, you got to prove it first. They're illegal. They're not Americans. And he has designated them terrorists. So before we can actually execute on that, we have to identify, why weren't they upset about J6ers? They didn't have any court trials to identify them as terrorists.
And they're actual citizens.
And they're citizens of our country. Not that I'm, now here we go. Matt, why are you defending J6ers? I'm not defending J6ers. I'm defending the law. And I'm telling you how it's being abused. I don't care about personal feelings. I don't care about our emotions. What I care about is that if you want to clean this up, you have to fix the immigration problems in this country. And the only way to do that is to have one classification for everybody. You're either legal or you're not. And if you're not legal, you're out. I don't care if you're DACA. I don't care if your mother's been here for 30 years. I don't give a shit. You're not legal. You're not a natural born citizen. You're out of our country. And then we start from scratch. But so far, I haven't seen a lot of movement because of these district court judges who essentially, I said it the other night, if we're so worried about one man having too much power in the United States and Donald Trump, then why are you giving too much power to one judge?
Mm-hmm.
I still stand by what I said last week at some point. I think that if these people are so gung-ho about keeping them in our country, then they need to be personally responsible for each and every one of them. They can come live at their house, on their compounds, whatever they want to do. But if you're responsible for them, if they break another law, then you should actually have to pay the penalty that they also pay. So if that's being deported, then you get deported too.
It comes down to this. I agree with what she said. You're not going to get to put them in your home, but they should go to your city.
Yeah.
And you should have to pay for them. And it depends upon the district court. If you're in Tennessee, they go to Nashville. And let's see what the constituents feel about this. Why don't we ask the American people what they feel? Yeah, because it's lawfare. We know it's lawfare. We'll be right back. Folks, donations, $113.30. Liv, is that where we're at?
That is where we're at. It is 8:58.
Tough night.
And tough night. I know it's a Monday and the end of the month, but...
Tough night. Here we go.
Tough night.
The Dumb Show is built on real conversations, raw, unfiltered, and fearless. Big Tech didn't like that. Facebook pulled out funding, tried to shut us down. But for over a year, you, our incredible viewers, have kept us going. Your support, your donations, your time, it all matters. Most
Good night,
of you
Thomas.
spend 10 plus hours a week with us. Compare that to Netflix, maybe 5 hours a month. We believe we're worth that time. And we hope you do too. But listen, we don't want giving to feel like a burden. We want it to feel good. So take a second to ensure you're in a good spot. If you're in a place to give, that will be amazing. If not, just liking and sharing helps more than you know. Visit thedumbshow.com/donate. Whether it's PayPal, Venmo, or Mail, every bit helps to keep us going. Dumb Nation, we appreciate you more than words can say.
So we've got about a half hour left, folks, because we'll go into a little bit of overtime. Donations are at $113.30. That's pretty rough. So if we have the opportunity and you're holding out, now is the time to help out if you may and could. I want you to listen to this. This is allegedly JD Vance on Elon Musk. And listen closely because it's audio. I don't have any video for you. Listen.
Okay. He's getting criticized in the media, and he says that he's helping, and he's not. He's making us look bad. He's making me look bad. And I'll tell you this, and he wouldn't like it if I said it, but he's not even immigrant. He is from South Africa, and he's cosplaying as this great American leader in a room that has the portraits of some of the greatest men that ever led this country. And he has the audacity to act like he is an elected official. I am an elected official. I am the important one in this situation, not him. So if he wants to tank the economy and his cars, maybe that's what he deserves. The thing that he's doing is getting
ABC, CBS, NBC, MSNBC, CNN, everybody and their mother, the Young Turks, everybody picked it up. Everybody's running with it. They're still running with it. Is it real?
I haven't heard JD Vance speak all that much to know how he talks. I mean, the voice sounds like his, but I mean, a lot has to do with inflection and how he says stuff. So I don't know him that well.
So I ran this through the Hiya fact checker, which is basically checks AI authenticity. It's fake. It's deep fake. Yeah. It's all fake. JD Vance said it was fake. The reporting from Cheyenne at BBC says it's fake. William D. Martin is the comms director for JD Vance, says it's fake. It's fake. And the question is, if you got to lie, then how serious can it be? Just like if you got to make up about racism, you got to make up about Nazis, and you got then how bad can it really be if you've got to make this shit up? Just like, did they try to choke you and pour bleach on you and say this was MAGA country? If racism is so bad, then why is Juicy Smollett making it up? Why is Bowman pulling off fire alarms and creating insurrection if insurrection really is that bad? The question we have to ask ourselves is, why is the media running with this? And why am I one of the only people who are talking about it saying it's fake? Because I'm all over the internet and people are still running this thing as real.
Because anything to make Elon Musk look bad and to make this administration look bad, they're going to run with. That's my opinion.
Amy, your thoughts on this? Is this? Thank you, JD. Never been to Shaneka Titty.
Thanks, JD.
Amy, your thoughts on this? I mean, because is like,
I did not know until you said it was fake for sure, but listening to it with like the echoey audio quality, I mean, my natural inclination was to think it was a fake. I don't know JD Vance. He seems like a pretty level-headed guy from what we've seen, other than when he got a little upset with what's his face? I can't think of his name. Ukrainian guy. What's his name?
Zelensky.
Thank you. Yeah, I've never seen him, and even then, he was not. He was just pointing out facts. I don't know. This does to me. It sounded fake. I like the deep fakes with him dancing with Donald Trump and stuff like that. Like those are funny videos to watch, like the funny AI ones. I don't know. I just like you said earlier, words matter, and the news. I think we all are kind of. I think most people are starting to wake up to the news reporting.
There's
And
a lot of people buying into this.
I mean, prove it. Prove that it's real. Show 'em. If I was JD, I'd just say, yeah, prove that it's real. Prove it. Where'd this video come from or audio come from? Who allegedly leaked it? Who said who recorded it? Like, I want the details if this is all not fake, you know?
Yeah, I would have been like, $15.95 Charity Lamb. Good show, Matt. I'm fired up. Good. That's what we're supposed to be doing here. I don't know. Listen, I've known people on this podcast for a long time, 4 years, and people get upset and frustrated. Maybe it's not your night. Just jump off. I can't jump off. There's nights where I don't have a good night and I want to jump off. Trust me, I don't jump off. I got to stay. I'm the host. Amy's the host. But if you're having a bad night and you don't like what I'm saying, just go take the night off. Right? Come on back, because it's not personal. It's not about you. I'm not trying to make anything about you. I'm trying to create a conversation that stirs people up a little bit, you know? I want a silent riot in you folks, and the only way to do that is to not talk.
Silent riot.
167.05 coming in with Brian Moody at 2110. You like how I did that, right?
Yes.
That was
Thanks,
beautiful.
Brian.
Smooth. We will be right back. It is fake, folks. Don't listen to this shit. We're going to talk about the security breach, supposedly, when it comes to Trump official accidentally leaks information to the Atlantic. We're going to watch that just a second.
The Dumb Store is veteran-owned with a 5-star diamond rating for service and satisfaction. We offer quality products like coffee, shirts, hoodies, and hats, all made by veterans. Shop with confidence, backed by hundreds of 5-star reviews. Use code DUMB10 to save 10%. Visit thedumbshow.com today. Thank you for your support.
Anybody heard from Mel? How's Mel? I know.
She was on Friday, but if she's still with her mom, she has like no internet, so no one will be able to hear from her anyway or contact her
yet, you know.
So I haven't seen her tonight.
All right, well, hopefully Mel's back soon. Paul Rivera, great show, you guys. You are my drive home after work routine. $51.99. Thank you, brother. $219.04. Better. Thank you. Oof.
Can you?
Pete Hegseth getting off of a plane. This is what was said. Take a listen.
Share how your information about war plans against the Houthis in Yemen was shared with a journalist in the Atlantic, and were those details classified?
You're talking about a deceitful and highly discredited so-called journalist who's made a profession of peddling hoaxes time and time again, to include the hoaxes of Russia, or the fine people on both sides hoax, or suckers and losers hoax. So this is the guy that peddles in garbage. This is what he does. I would love to comment on the Houthi campaign because of the skill and courage of our troops. I've monitored it very closely from the beginning. And you see, we've been managing 4 years of deferred maintenance under the Trump administration. Our troops, our sailors were getting shot at as targets. Our ships couldn't sail through. And when they did shoot back, it was purely defensively or at shacks in Yemen. President Trump said, no more. We will reestablish deterrence. We will open freedom of navigation, and we will ultimately decimate the Houthis, which is exactly what we're doing as we speak from the beginning, overwhelmingly.
Why were those details shared on Signal, and how did you learn that a journalist was privy to the targets, the types of weapons used?
I've heard I was characterized. Nobody was texting war plans, and that's all I have to say about that.
All right. So I haven't had my hair pulled, at least since Olivia this morning. But I do know a thing or two about this. Now, if there's anybody else out there who knows more than me, please, I'm not discrediting your opinions simply because I disagree with your opinion. Because if I did that, then I would never have any friends on this show because I would offend at least 10 or 15 people a segment. So if you're out there, don't take offense. This whole thing stinks. Okay? I can promise you this. There are a list of, hi Fiona. There are a list of, hi Fiona. There are a list of, hi Fiona.
She can't hear you.
There are a list of, pull her hair. Let her know I'm talking to her.
God, Matthew.
Do it violently.
Boo. Have I ever pulled your hair? Yeah, no. Would I ever?
So the thing about it is I promise you a couple of things. That there are press who are on lists for this type of thing, who are used for various reasons as controlled leak. Do I think this is one of those? No. But they're there. Do I believe the Trump administration is going to use the Atlantic to leak information, a paper that no Republican reads? No. Also is hidden behind a paywall. The Atlantic is. So that also tells me a lot of things. So here's the other option. One, it was a mistake, which I also highly doubt. Highly doubt. Or two, it was controlled opposition, where you leak information to somebody to see if they are going to share that information if it's readily available. There's a couple reasons. One is you want to discredit that person. There's no doubt that Trump doesn't like the Atlantic very much. He can't stand him. He's called them fake news. He's called them a failing paper. So here's the story, and let's listen to it. We'll all read it together and sing Kumbaya. Atlantic's editor-in-chief was inadvertently included on a messaging chain of senior Trump officials that discussed plans for a forthcoming strike on Houthis in Yemen. Jeff Goldberg, who's been on my show, not personally, but I have destroyed him multiple times for his is she on mic?
No, she can't hear you.
Shitty fucking articles and lies. Penned a first-person account of getting a connection request from what appeared to be the Trump's national security advisor, Michael Waltz, on March 11th on Signal. Okay? A popular encrypted messaging service, I have Signal, very similar to Proton Mail. Signal is not, it's honestly better than a lot of our own systems that we use in the U.S. government. Signal's pretty damn good. However, Signal is owned. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to go into that. He accepted and was then added to a chat group called Houthi PC Small Group, where he proceeded to see a series of top Trump officials discuss what turned out to be an upcoming attack on the Houthis in what critics are calling a massive breach of national security. Of course they are. Surprised they're not calling it a violent breach of national security. Goldberg laid out how 18 members were listed in the group, including Waltz, Vance, Rubio, Hegseth, CI Director Ratcliffe, and Susie Wiles. What ensues in the following days was a discussion about attacking the Houthis, an Iran-backed terrorist group that's wreaked havoc on the Suez Canal. The principals in the chat raised various concerns about the timing of the strikes, whether it was prudent to wait and the security of the operation. Vance's account expressed skepticism about the attack, saying at one point he thought it was a mistake, and another saying, I just hate bailing Europe out again. Oh, come on. Europe has nothing to do with Yemen, okay? So right there, immediately, my alarm bells are going off. If I was reading message traffic and I was building up a dossier or a profile on these people talking and we had encrypted their comms, I would immediately red flagged that as a possible bait conversation because the Europeans have absolutely no vested interest in the Suez Canal. They don't need it. So it's not that they don't use it. It's just a matter that they are not being accosted as the Americans are and the Israelis are and anyone supporting the mission going on in Israel. And for J.D. Vance to say, I hate bailing out Europe again, it's kind of like, I hate all them Mexicans. When Tom Homan was talking to in church the other day, and I overheard a conversation. He turned over and goes, I just hate all them damn Mexicans. Yeah, that doesn't sound staged at all. Hegseth account said he supported raising Vance's concerns with President Trump, but in the end supported the strike. Like the Vice President of the United States needs to go through the SecDef in order to talk to President Trump. That would be like Olivia going through Amy to talk to me. Olivia, you shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Sorry.
Waiting a few weeks or a month does not fundamentally change the calculus. 2, immediate risks on waiting. This leaks and we look indecisive. Israel takes an action or Gaza ceasefire falls apart and we don't get to start blah, 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 blah. The following day, according to Goldberg, Hegseth posted highly sensitive information in the chat with operational details of future strikes. Goldberg said he would not print them, but he claimed an adversary with access to what was written could have harmed U.S. military or intelligence officials abroad. Goldberg said he learned the timing of the Yemen strikes on March 15th from the signal posts. Put up or shut up. Prove it, dude. Prove it. According to a lengthy Hegseth text, the first detonations in Yemen would be felt 2 hours hence at 1:45 Eastern. So I waited. This isn't the way this works. I'm letting you know strike packages aren't built this way. Timetables are never put in. Because let me tell you, I have laid out 300 to 400 various steps in a strike against Tehran. And I'm talking about using 5 independent military forces and 4 to 5 foreign military sources with 3 to 4 different intelligence agencies with 30 different birds with 4 or 5 different signal programs, all in a multifaceted fashion. And I promise you this, the moment that the first freaking blip on the radar goes off, all of it's thrown out. War and strikes and attacks do not go as planned. You can ask any operator who's beyond the wire or inside the wire, and they will tell you that you can prepare, but prepare to fail, and do it exceptionally until you're perfect at it. And then you will be excellent at any scenario that's thrown at you, but prepare to fail. So for him to say, first bombs are going to be dropped at 1:45 p.m. Zulu. No, that's not the way it works. Because commanders, thank you, Joanne Townsend, $10.80. Commanders in the field and those strike units have full operational control at that time, not Washington. Washington is simply a forward observer through a bird, through a drone, through whatever type of optics they have, an AWACS, whatever it is. And they are forward observers based upon command who is controlling the strike. The U.S. airstrikes took out Houthi drone, missile, and air defense systems, said Walls. The open discussion on a non-secure channel left Goldberg stunned. He said at first he had doubts the group was legitimate, given the high-profile names and the significance of the discussion. Well, if you doubted the significance, why are you pretending that it isn't? Folks, I am going to open this up to everybody. I just want to get through this. I had very strong doubts that this text group was real because I could not believe that the national security leadership of the United States would communicate on signal about imminent war plans. I also could not believe that the national security advisor to the president would be so reckless as to include the editor-in-chief of The Atlantic in such discussions. That should have told you right there, dude, that someone's pulling your lariat. I've never seen a breach quite like this, he added. How many breaches have you seen, jackass? It is not uncommon for national security officials to communicate on Signal, but the app is used primarily for meeting planning and other logistical matters, not for detailed, highly confidential discussions of a pending military action. NSA spokesperson says this appears to be an authentic message chain, and we are reviewing how an inadvertent number was added to the chain. The thread is a demonstration of the deep and thoughtful policy coordination between senior officials. The ongoing success of the Houthi operation demonstrates that there were no threats to troops or national security. Amy, there's no doubt in my mind that this is a possibility. The contents are what has me questioning. Pete Hegseth holds a TSI. Pete Hegseth has been in the military. Tulsi Gabbard is in the military. Mike is also in the military. J.D. Vance has been in the military. Ratcliffe is former DNI, FBI, and CIA, and holds a higher clearance than me, Leroy, and every admiral I've ever met hold together. The opportunity for them to go over TSI information through a Signals app, I say the probability is 0. I think a lot of it's speculation. I think they were having a conversation. I think somebody added this jackhole accidentally. Or it's completely bunk. I want to get your opinion.
So I'm not super well versed in the Signal app. I have used it to communicate with a few people that I know when they're out of the country and whatnot. And if you add someone to your conversation, it says like I think all the parties have to agree, right? To add,
yes, and they have to have a code. Yeah, they have to have an acceptance code. So it's not like
you can just add if you're. So I that's my experience with it. I was invited to a group chat with a family, and we all had to agree that we could all speak, and we couldn't talk until we all agreed on that. So I don't know a lot about the app. I wouldn't think that our U.S. government would use the Signal app to communicate this kind of information. I don't know, though. I mean, I would think they would have like a more secure line or some other kind of communication process set up. But I really don't know. It doesn't. When I first heard this, and I also heard it on a I follow one super far left person, and just to get his take, I appreciate his take very much, but he's very far left, so I found out about this from him, and just the way he was describing it, and the emotion and how much trouble everyone could be in, even if they were unaware of what they were doing, you could still be, it's still a federal crime. So he was just a little too excited about it for me to think it was something that was very serious. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no. I listen, this is, I will tell you what's going to happen. Just from somebody who has been involved in low-level leaks and studied high-level leaks. They're going to take polys. They'll have DIS will come in, Defense Investigative Services, and CID will come in. Whoever issued clearances, they will do a full investigation. They will interview, and they'll have to do polygraph. Because it doesn't matter that they use the app. The question is was it used for nefarious reasons? And was it in design and intent to share and distribute illicit communication and top secret information to foreign adversaries? So was this an intentional breach? Thank you, CJ. All I can do at this time, CJ, you never, ever need to say all you can do. That's enough. Thank you so much, man. Or lady, ma'am, Fred, CJ, Bob, Tekanekatiti. What is the name of the place again?
Schenectady.
Whatever. So the whole point of this is once you establish intent, that's where the polygraphs come in, because you want to know who invited a reporter. Because I'm telling you, the Trump administration is not known for its secrecy. They have more leaks than Detroit water mains. So Defense Investigative Services. Bobby Richardson, $51.99. Weekends are just too long without you guys. We love you, Bobby. Thank you very much.
Hey, I'm going to jump off. He needs some help with some stuff, and I got to go pick up Hayden.
What's going on,
anyway.
dog?
He had a crap ton of homework, and so nothing got done in the kitchen. So I'm going to go get it done and then go pick up Hayden. And that is the last of the donations. I will keep.
Go do your job.
All right.
Go do your job. Go,
night, y'all.
Go do the kitchen.
Good night.
Cook me something while you're there, okay?
Honey.
Did she say funny?
I said, that's funny.
Oh, good. Because I didn't want you to beat me when you go by. Pull my hair. Don't do it. Love you. All right. So my opinion is that this whole thing, it's not going to blow over, and it shouldn't. I take this shit seriously, and I want it to be properly vetted, and you should too. We should want it vetted. Do I believe that this will be a slap on the wrist? Yes. Should it be? Yeah. Unless they're talking about weapon systems, unless they're talking about radio codes, unless they're talking about which units are going to be there, flight plans. I mean, come on, folks. Let's just be honest. Trump is not going to comment on the matter because Trump has to disassociate himself from this. Trump knows about it, I promise you. The first person to be notified, he got it in Daily Briefing 2 days ago. He got it on Saturday, I promise you. He knows about this. And he's not going to say a damn thing. And he can't, because if he does, it's accountability. Amy, do you want to go, or you going to stay?
I probably should go. She's not feeling good. So
she doesn't look like she. That's why I was going to ask. Fiona, tell her I love her. Good night.
Mr. Matt,
get out of here, Ames.
Good night. All right. Good night, guys. Sorry.
Good night, buddy. Don't be sorry. We love you. Bye. We'll finish. I promised I would stay on, so we'll go ahead and stay on. I just lost everybody. Everybody's gone. Amy's mad at me. My wife's mad at me. Everyone's mad at me. So no, I don't think this is going to be a huge deal. But I think the most important thing about this is who brought the reporter in and why. Right? That's my number one concern. Folks, we'll be right back. 302.93. We have hit goal. We're always willing to overdrive. If you had a chance to donate, we appreciate you. If you haven't, please do. We'll be right back.
The Dumb Store is veteran-owned with a 5-star diamond rating for service and satisfaction. We offer quality products like coffee, shirts, hoodies, and hats, all made by veterans. Shop with confidence, backed by hundreds of 5-star reviews. Use code DUMB10 to save 10%. Visit thedumbshow.com today. Thank you for your support.
Interesting thing is Joe Biden is trying to get himself back into the fray. I don't know if you guys had a chance to see this, but all reports are stating that Joe Biden is putting the feelers out and is trying to get political reemergence, so to speak, in regards to 2026 and beyond. And he's saying, hey, we'll just go ahead and add me to the fray in fundraising, and we'll go ahead and have me be on the campaign trail with whatever candidates are 2026. And the Democrat Party is saying, no, we don't want you. They are giving him the Heisman. And even though he didn't win the Heisman in Rehoboth and in Pennsylvania, but he wants to go ahead and become pertinent again and important. And the whole point of it is that they just ran away from this guy. And honestly, I think they want him to go away just as much as he wants to be in it. Now, I want you to remember, they did this when it came to, oops, 3 times tonight. 3 fucking times I've done that tonight. I'm sorry. They did this with Barack Obama because Barack Obama removed himself from the fold. He doesn't want to be involved. And he had no desire to endorse Kamala or Biden. Biden is ostracized from the party. They pulled him mid-ticket, for God's sakes. Then you've got a situation where the Clintons have been ostracized from the party. You've got Bernie and AOC running roughshod against the party and creating these massive crowds for communist socialism. It's pretty insane when you think about it. Here is the clip on Fox. I'm not going to play all of it because it's too damn long. But this was on the 5, and I want you to listen to it. This is the Fighting the Oligarchy clip, and it's decent enough to listen to, and then we'll wrap up with Snow White.
Oligarchy, come on over here. I'll show you it. But so where do you find real oligarchies? They're at about 3 or 4 places. Unions. There are oligarchies. They maintain the illusion of democracy and collectivism, but it's just elites up top who run and maintain total control because that's the survival. A union is now like a political party. Biden's White House, complete non-transparency. We still don't know who ran the country. What's the trademark of oligarchy? Secrecy. The White House was covered up. It's the only president we've ever had that was a cutout, nameless few directing it. That's an oligarchy. Then you look at Hollywood, you look at the legacy media. They're all oligarchies. They're run by the few. And who's outside the oligarchy? The right. We're not in it.
I think they are banging a drum.
They're banging. They're definitely banging the wrong drum.
Yeah.
And they're farting.
Oh.
A farting couple is a happy couple.
It's probably true.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to.
The administration is an oligarchy. It's the worst one ever. And you know what? If it was, he would show you how it's done. He'd go, oh, yeah, this is an oligarchy. Come on over here. I'll show you it. But so where do you find real oligarchies? They're at about 3 or 4 places. Unions. They're oligarchies. They maintain the illusion of democracy and collectivism, but it's just elites up top who run and maintain total control because that's the...
This is the new Democratic playbook with AOC and Bernie Sanders talking about oligarchs. Now, I want you to understand the reason why they're making the oligarchs connection is because they're setting and laying the groundwork for Russia collusion 2.0. And they know that the Nazi trope isn't working. We know this. And because the Nazi trope that Donald Trump is a Nazi and part of the Third Reich, and so is the entire Republican GOP and everybody else in between, that's not sticking. So Bernie and AOC are going with the socialist playbook about oligarchs. And this is absolutely what they want to do. They believe that socialism only goes to communism because of greedy oligarchs, and that there's never been any true form of socialism ever tried, because eventually it turns into communism. The 26 countries that have embraced communism, socialism, have turned into communist states. And it's not in spite of it. It's because of it. Socialism is always going to end up on a path to communism, and it doesn't matter whether it's oligarchs or there's some sort of theocratical rule, or whether it's somebody who's anointed by God, or it's a dictator, or it's a homicidal, genocidal, violent, hair-pulling maniac. You're always going to turn into a socialist, communist country. That is why socialism has never worked, because it's because of where it ultimately goes, which is government control of everything. And corruption ensues. And a very small percentage of people wind up making most of the profit. Now, a lot of people say, well, that's capitalism. Actually, it's not. The problem with capitalism is about 50% of Americans profit very well from our structure, and the other 50% don't. Now, some of the reasons for that is because the other 50% not just only are not working age or above it because of retirement or incapable of working, or they may have some sort of physical ailment that won't allow them to work. Capitalism has the highest success rate. And that is why Americans aren't fleeing other countries unless they're deranged about Donald Trump, and why everybody wants to come here. If it's so bad, why are people rolling the dice with a 50-50 chance? Well, because they don't want the 1 out of 100 chance that they get with communist socialism or an oligarchical society or a monarchy or what other types of government you would have. Capitalism gives people a chance, and although there is an underscore lower half of the equation, just because you are not in that 50 percentile doesn't mean you're living in poverty. There is a very small level of poverty in our country per capita based upon others, unless you're looking at Denmark and Sweden, and that's the reason why is because those people don't have their own military, and the United States provides it with NATO, just like Canada, which gives them the ability to spend money on frivolous stuff like universal health care for everyone, and salmon farming programs and all this other bullshit to ensure that red salmon is actually equivalent to any other colored trout or bass, and that everybody has the same sunlight and the same water and the same oxygen to breathe. They don't have oxygen to breathe. Their lungs produce oxygen based upon, they take it from the water. The point is, you get my point. So when we talk about oligarchs, this is just a move for them to shift the conversation away from Nazis. So you ask oligarchy. Well, name a country that is exposed and vulnerable to oligarchs. Well, Russia is one of them. And the reason why we have the longest history with Russia based upon an oligarchical society. And in the 1950s and on, including Ukraine, including Russia, they have a oligarch regime, which is also the Russian mafia, the Ukrainian mafia, which have a influential impact on both countries. This is where all the corruption comes from in Ukraine. So when they're switching gears, just prepare yourself. This is what they're doing. Jarmo, good night, buddy. Appreciate you being on. Thanks for your contributions tonight. So when we talk about this, I don't want you to be too surprised because this is where they're going. This is what they'll be talking about now for the next 2.5 years, and the rest of the party will follow. They will follow because they always do. Okay, just checking a donation. Yep, that's right. Folks, we are in our last segment, and then we are going to be off. We're going to talk about Snow White real quick. I'm kind of bummed out because the two ladies are not here to talk about this, and I honestly could not give a rat's ass. But I do, James, welcome. I do care about Disney movies. I used to be a big fan of Disney. Mike Knowles has something to talk about. I'm going to show it to you right after this message.
Join Wimkin.com, the social media platform built for free speech and true connection. No censorship, no algorithms controlling your feed, just genuine conversations and a commitment to protecting your rights. Sign up today at Wimkin.com and take back your voice. Tell them Matt and the Dumb Show sent you.
Go over to Wimkin and get signed up. By the way, folks, you have just a few more minutes before we are off the show. So if you have any chance to donate and you want to donate tonight, we would appreciate it. Please do so by going to thedumbshow.com/donate. I want to show you very quickly The Dumb Show. We've made some changes over there, and I would be remiss if I did not walk you through it just so you can see what's going on. We've got some beautiful new pictures of Amy Stamcomb's puppy and her kitty. She's very, very proud. But we've got the new photos up. A little bit about who we are and what we do. And you can see our shirts are now displayed in a very different way. We've got them in 3-dimensional. So shirts, hoodies, long sleeves, everything there. Really easy to shop. We also have the little splash about news, some of our reviews, and we got a bunch of new pictures up. There was one that was very, very cute with Amy Stamcomb's kitty. Where is the kitty? Nope, that ain't it. Hold on. I'm a failure. Let me see. I can't see. I'm getting old. Bear with me. There's puppy. Where'd the kitty go? Oh, there it is. Look at that. Yeah, cute kitty. Anyway, so you can go there and see all that type of stuff. It's all available. And then if you are looking to pick up some shirts or donate, you want to go to donate and go right here. Click that. Everything's running much faster. We got a new update to the site, so everything is running super quick. If you want to go to shop, you can click on shop and see all of our merchandise in these hot tabs, or you can go here, get coffee, get hats. Look at how fast it loads now. Everything is screaming on the site. The new shirt, the 3Ds will look like this. You can see them here. So we're getting all those transferred over. We have quite a bit to do. All the ladies' shirts will look like this, so a lot easier to see. And we have a ton of new colors. We go ahead and click on the Stan shirt. Very, very popular. But you can see that we have went crazy with new colors, all sorts of new colors for shirts. So if you want to go over there, get yourself some coffee, get yourself a new shirt, a book, whatever you want. It's all available, and you can get them there. Last but not least, we have a brand new shirt available. Somebody ban Robert DeLong, please, if you can. If Amy's still on, that would be awesome. Somebody else could. I would appreciate it. I think Amy might have signed off for the night. Let's go into this. So you take a look, and you can get yourself the Friend shirt that we did for our photo shoot. You come in here, and you add it to cart, and you can add it to notes and put your name on it, and you'll have your own custom shirt. So stop on by, go get some coffee, go get something fun. You can do that, and you can also donate to the show. Snow White and the 7 Dwarves that are not dwarves. This movie has a lot of controversy. Mike Knowles said it best, and I'm going to let him go ahead and say it, and we can talk about it real quick and see why Disney is officially, every movie they release just tanks. Sandra Edwards says, Matt, just a quick thank you for introducing me to Vince Flynn. Go to sleep now listening to his books. Vince Flynn is It's sad he died. It's horrible. He was an amazing author, and the Mitch Rapp series is one of my favorites. I have another one. I have plenty. I have a shit ton of series I can tell you about. Here is Mike Knowles.
Snow White is the first American feature-length animated movie. 1937. It's one of the most beloved movies of all time. Even if Disney had not fallen prey to wokeness and nonsense in recent years, even if Disney still had the most talented people in the world working with the best writers, with a good sense of narrative and the cultural moment, even if everything worked perfectly, it would have been almost impossible for this movie to succeed, because you're comparing it to one of the most beloved films of all time and a truly groundbreaking movie. And Disney was not sending its best. I sat through the whole thing. I don't want to say it was the worst movie I've ever seen. It wasn't. But every way that the movie changed the story from the original, the 1937 movie, or even from the original Grimm Brothers fairy tale, every way that Disney changed the story, it changed it for the worse. This was really bad. It was extremely leftist on every political dimension: racial politics, sexual politics, class politics, regime politics. Its narrative was cowardly. It was just awful.
All right, so I'm just going to give you my take very quickly. Snow White sucks. The cartoon sucked. And it's iconic because of Hi-Ho, and it's iconic because of the apple and her beauty, but the kiss is ridiculous, and nobody cares. And when you put somebody in Snow White and she's described as having skin white as snow, and she's not, people are going to have a problem with this. They're going to say, wait a second, this is stupid. And when you sound like this as a singer,
They say all you have to do to make your wish come true
they're even throttling
is
it.
let it echo, 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 echo. Your voice will carry through and bring that dream to you, just like an echo, echo, echo. Well, I can hear the echo loud and clear, but I'm still waiting here.
Reminds me of Rihanna's Umbrella. Listen, I'm not a movie critic. I had that time. I had a podcast that did that. I will just tell you that Snow White does not need to be remade. The cartoon was simplistic in design. Like most things that came out of Disney, it was all Grimm fairy tale. It has a very dark, underseated story. It's honestly very juvenile in its design. It's not groundbreaking. It's not going to change the world. Leave it alone. I thought Disney did what they always did. I haven't seen it. I don't plan on seeing it. But this is a person who went to Moana 2 and loved it. I thought Moana was fantastic. It's the best thing Disney's made in probably 5 years. But it's not, Snow White isn't, like, if you told me the most iconic princess in Disney, it's probably Snow White. But if you tell me the best story, is it really Snow White against Merida and Brave? Against Tangled? Against Cinderella? Is it the best? No, it's not. It's pretty shitty. But the point is why must we continue to change things? Why must we make her an independent feminist when that's not what the story was? And this is my issue that I take with this. Holy hair, buddy. You going to bed? Yeah. Good night. Thanks for taking care of the puppy. So my whole point is this. Go watch it. If you love Snow White, go watch it. You may love it. Don't listen to critics. Some of the best movies I've ever seen in my life have had horrible ratings by critics. So what I try to do is go by audience score, and I go by word of mouth. And there's some things that I refuse to watch. If this intrigues you and you're like, I'm just going to go watch it, then you don't have to answer to anybody. What I get frustrated by is when people decide politics to decide what they like and don't like. I don't think that's the way it should be. I think people should base what they enjoy and love by how it makes them feel. And they shouldn't apologize for it. And they shouldn't have to apologize for it. If you want to drink Bud Light, drink Bud Light. If you want to go drink Bud Light, watch Snow White, and then go ahead and have a Dylan Mulvaney bake-off in your house while watching Dylan Mulvaney, then I don't care. The moment that you decide to and say that if I don't watch it, I'm racist, or if I don't watch it, that somehow I'm abusing my children by not giving them a perspective of a woke Snow White. I think we're making a mistake by getting our morals, scruples, and spiritual guidance and moral guidance from a Disney movie. Not a big fan. Maureen, Robert DeLong needs to be banned if anyone's available. Amy's not on tonight, I don't think, anymore. So I'm going to have to do the hard work because I think Amy took my advice and jumped off tonight. And I'm going to take care of this real quick. And I would say I appreciate everybody. Thank you for the donations. Thanks for being here tonight. It means the world to me. Like I said, if you want to go see Snow White, go see Snow White. Don't apologize to anybody for it. But I would just ask the question of, if people constantly tell you what you can and can't watch, shut up. No, shut up. You are telling you what you can and can't watch. Is that any different than the left? Is there any difference between the left and us if we constantly tell each other about what we can and can't watch? To me, I don't think there's much of a difference. So if you're looking for spiritual guidance from the GOP, I would ask that you stop. And if you're looking from the DNC, I would ask that you stop. And just go and watch Snow White if you want to watch Snow White. And if you don't give two shits about Snow White, that is also completely acceptable. Folks, thank you so much for watching the Don't Unfriend Me Show. I appreciate everyone helping out tonight. Do me a favor. If you have not had a chance, please like, share, and subscribe. That would mean the world to us. I got the spammer. I'll take care of Robert. Everyone have a good one. Tomorrow night, it's going to be Leroy and myself. Can't wait to see you. Thank you for watching the show. And we will talk to you then. Karen says, Robert, you two-timing creep. He is. Bobby, thank you for tonight. Everybody, thank you for tonight. Thank you for watching the show. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.